desire. You've got the look in your eyes. You're on a mission, burning ambition. You've got your eyes on the prize. You've gotta rise to the challenge. Show 'em what you've got. Step up and take what's yours. You are kings now, clash of titans.
The bell has rung and we are live. Well, not live. We're not live. But
one of us should start acting like
live now.
Festus. Like when the bell would ring, we just go nuts.
Or delirious.
So here we are, Tornado Tag Podcast. I don't know what episodes we're on. Hold on a second.
562.
There it is.
Doing
Nailed it.
for 3 years now.
We have a lot to do today. We do have a wrestling pro crate. We're gonna pro wrestling crate.
What did you call
There
it?
you go.
A wrestling procreate.
I said it all backwards.
Procreate.
We're gonna all procreate.
The wrestling procreate. We're gonna actually do this here, but then also make a separate unboxing video later. We have Jack here from Murder My Dude gonna hang out. They have a little plug they're gonna do, the brand new show they have coming out. We're gonna talk some wrestling. TLC just happened. NWA Power just happened. We found out where Marty is, but
For now.
There was an ROH pay-per-view, too.
ROH.
Yeah, nobody cares about
5
that.
people watched.
And then we have some cool stuff coming up this weekend with PPW, and we'll talk about our pro wrestling scorecards.
Yeah.
And we have to do a video for that as well. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do that now with the digital, but we'll talk about it. And then our TTs. We have one more after this. Our TT awards.
The big ones are next week.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I tried to space them out. I'm trying to.
My notebook is actually in the other room. Heidi.
I have
Already
everything
upstairs.
in there.
I'll go get it. I need a piece of paper then.
Well, my book bag is on the chair when you first come in, like the movie theater chair, and it's a yellow notebook. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. Let's just so if you guys like what you hear, merch store links are below. You'll actually have the links for Murder My Dude as well. They have some merch you can grab, and we have a donations tab as well as everything else in the links below. If you want to come hang out with us this weekend, come see us at PPW. We will be there.
We have a shirt in the works. I don't think it's out yet, but we have a shirt that I definitely want. We're going to do a shirt that says 50% badass, 50% little teapot.
I did see,
and it's going to be great.
You're actually making a shirt of that?
I believe we are.
That's hilarious.
He's making me. He's making me make
Did you
it.
find it? It's in that bag. It's just,
3 notebooks in.
it's just a yellow cover.
What's the other one?
I don't remember the other one.
Are you guys doing the NWA spoof one?
We already have that one up there.
Oh, that's right. All right. Thank you.
The rap group, not the wrestling.
Not the wrestling. All right, so let's get into our unboxing here.
Well, no, the thing we did that real quick on NWA Power. Either Homicide or Eddie Kingston had a shirt that was like the NWA shirt, but then under it said National Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's bad. That's cool.
All right, so this is the Bigs and Littles Pro Wrestling Crate. Next month is going to be themed Canada. It's going to have Kenny Omega, Edge, Christian, Kevin Owens, Bret Hart, Tyson Kidd, plus a DVD featuring Chris Jericho, Owen Hart, Roddy Piper, and more of Canada's greatest wrestling superstars. So there goes the whole idea of hopefully your Owen Hart shirt. Or anything Chris Jericho.
Do you ever get a double?
sucks.
Like, I mean, the DVD doesn't really count.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, no, the DVD. If they say they're on the card, the DVD will.
but like any other ones, would you get a shirt and then that person's also on the DVD? Because I mean,
I never had it happen.
I mean, it's
I don't know what this is.
roughly 8 matches. You think-
I'm waiting for the theme to be Monrovia, and that's going to be really.
I want that one.
A tape measure, a Hornswoggle tape measure.
Oh my goodness.
Does it
that's
does
great.
it only go to his height?
Probably.
That is amazing.
If it did, that'd be amazing.
Let me. No, I was going to say, here, you take the other end.
Let's see how if it.
There
He's
you go.
about what?
We'll do it this way.
4'2".
Something like that. He has a book out now, and
You
it's
definitely
called,
can measure him for sure. with
Oh
that.
my god, the pin
What we got?
is
no, it
a
goes
Oh my god, that's awesome,
a
dude.
Marco
That is so
stunt
cool.
Rugrat pin.
It goes to
Wow,
10
that's
feet.
that's
wow.
more badass than the autograph would have been. That's so fucking cool.
10 feet's a lot bigger than Hornswoggle.
Yeah, so I'll put up to the
is so
camera
cool.
a little bit here. There's the Hornswoggle tape measure.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really
it's,
dope.
Tommy. That's Rugrats.
We like on his gear it says Marco Stunt and Rugrat font.
Well, yeah, it was actually Tommy Pickles' face on it.
Dude,
Oh,
watching
that's cool.
watching Jack Hager knock him out, dude, on
that
Dynamite
was
yesterday
pretty
was
good.
so funny. I was losing it.
Rey Mysterio DVD, undeniable.
Nice spots, nice.
Now I wonder what's on there. Is it indie stuff or?
Yeah, probably. It's probably like his most recent stuff. when he was on
AWA
Independent for a while.
Mid-South, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio versus... Actually, holy shit.
Versus
Is it
CM Punk.
When's that from?
Rey
IWA
Mysterio
Mid-South?
versus
We're on
Eddie
the same
Guerrero
page
versus
there.
CM Punk.
There we go, yeah.
Wow.
You can find that full match on YouTube. Yeah, that's a great match.
And then Northeast Wrestling, Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Caleb Conley.
Caleb Conley.
Caleb Collins in NWA.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is from in between when WCW closed and he went to WWE.
Yep.
Is where a lot of that stuff.
Oh.
Eddie was in that match because he just got fired too.
Yeah.
Remember that shitty pay-per-view that Eddie was like in the main event? It was like,
Oh wow, that's sick.
Oh, nice.
The
Oh,
Micro
Bruiser
Brawler.
Brody.
Bruiser
Brody?
Brody Micro Brawler.
Fun
So-
fact: didn't wear a mouthpiece.
Didn't.
Bruiser Brody didn't wear no mouthpiece.
It was the Briscoes. They cut a promo.
Terry Funk didn't
Terry
wear no
Funk ain't wear no mouthpiece.
Team MMA, Team Jiu Jitsu.
So,
You never saw that?
no.
It's a great promo. It was them cutting the promo on Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
Red Dragon.
So we know,
No, just-
we
it was
know
all
that
Colin.
Kane...
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
We know Kane is the autograph.
It's got to be Kane.
So...
Can I see that, Brody?
Oh, we get,
Yeah,
I
it's
get
cool.
Andre T-shirt.
look at his forehead.
shit, he's got
Andre.
big marks.
It's going to be on. So
You
the
could wear
t-shirts,
belted as a mini.
the T-shirts are going to be Andre the Giant, and the only one left that we didn't have all yet is Kevin Nash.
Oh wow, big sexy.
So here's the Kane autograph.
Look, Kane. They're like, ugh.
I met Nash.
He's the mayor.
Nash is was very nice to us.
I'm one of the very few Kevin Nash fans. I always loved
I love
his work.
Nash.
Kevin Nash
Yeah,
is
I think
great.
I
he's
love
great.
him. He was super cool to me. My kids. Who was he massaging? Oh, my oldest son.
Yeah.
He was like massaging his shoulders.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
See, I totally hate Andre the Giant.
What?
And I just never entertained by him ever. That's a cool shirt.
It is a cool shirt.
Did I show you?
I didn't get it.
Did I show you the
That's
dude
a
that
really
looks
dope shirt.
like Andre?
I think you did last time you were here.
It
Yeah,
looks like
And he's
a
from
comic
North
book.
Carolina.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's from North Carolina. I'm like, dude, Andre is playing.
You like knew his sister or something?
No,
right?
it's his girlfriend.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Aha.
And it is. It's a
There it
Kevin
is.
Nash
There it is.
T-shirt.
That looks like it's straight out WCW.
It does
you
look
remember,
good,
Brian, when I wanted the Nash glove?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Diesel glove?
I
I went
love
to
the
a house
Andre
show and
shirt,
you wanted me to get a
Nash
diesel
shirt,
glove. Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah, the Nash one is kind of.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the
It's
ones
retro.
that School Valley would sell.
Tony.
It's very retro, yeah.
I had a.
It's like a Salvation
I used to
Army.
make scrapbooks.
That Andre shirt's badass though.
When I was a kid, I used to make scrapbooks, and I was really big into Diesel. And he was going to a house show, and I wanted him to get me the Diesel glove because for some reason I wasn't going.
Because Diesel said like on Raw, like you'd only pound fists with you if you had the Diesel gloves on.
yeah,
so
He
I
was a
needed
tweener
it
for a little bit.
I
yeah.
needed it.
That's so funny.
All right, so we got the Releasing the Beast Andre the Giant T-shirt. Looks like a comic book. The Big Sexy Kevin Nash T-shirt. The Bruiser Brody Micro Brawler.
Bruzy bro.
Bruzy, bro.
That's the midget
Hornswoggle
version.
measuring
Yeah.
tape, Kane autographed 8x10, Marco Stunt Rugrat pin, awesome, and the Rey Mysterio Undeniable High Spots DVD. So yeah, good crate.
I want Marco Stunt to be Bruzy Brody. Now.
Yeah, Brucey Brody in AEW.
Brody. Oh, these
Oh,
guys
man.
kill me every week. I make that one mistake on I'm terrible at names.
More than one mistake.
We're making a
mistake.
You've
T-shirt.
made two already today.
I know.
You make one every single intro.
Wrestle Pro Crate.
We're making we're making a Bruzy Brody T-shirt.
Brucey.
and the Wrestle
Bruzy
Crow
Brody
Pro.
is 50% badass.
50% little teapot.
I blame the CBD. No, yeah. So I got my little shipment of CBD and local business. I can't even
Are
say
they
Pro
local?
Wrestling Crate. So there's no way I'm pronouncing that.
Is that a Q or is that a
I believe it's Anomia.
Anomia?
Anomia? All right, so
Or
check
maybe
them out.
Eunomia.
Oh,
They're
I thought that was
fancy.
an F. From
I thought
over
it was
here.
an F too. I thought I was going crazy.
Funomia.
It does kind of like, and then it's just like that's the font, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm calling it Funomia from now.
Let's call for now.
I'm going to call it
Anomia.
Eunomia Abu Jamal.
But yeah, I've tried the gummies. I currently just ate one a couple
that
minutes ago.
gummy.
Really, really good. I got some pills and I got some bath bombs. So I'll definitely be informing you how I feel or how it works out for me. You can check them out. Go to their website. It's eunomia.com. And they have everything, man. Pet stuff for your pets, oils, muscle rub, everything. It's
Will
all
it
in
help
there.
if your pet is faking an injury? Because my pet is currently faking an injury.
And he's still
He sells. He sells for him.
he's selling the paw.
He's selling the paw because he'll run around for me, but when he sees him, he lifts the paw.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
dead serious.
that's awesome. Yeah, so before we get any further into the wrestling side of things, this is kind of still, I guess, wrestling. But you guys want to make your announcement? What's going on here?
Oh, now you're putting us on the spot.
Yeah.
So
We're pregnant.
We are pregnant. We look
Brian, 7 months.
More than that.
I'm 7 years. I do have a bigger belly than him. He's got the nice supple Abdullah boobs happening, and I just
Well, Abdullah's
I got all this right. Yeah, his raps.
The rap boobs.
You got the pics to go all the way around.
So we have a new show coming out called "Why We Like This Shit," and it's going to be more of like a documentary style, like an interview show where we'll sit down with maybe like 5 different people each week. And we'll have like a different topic. So the first one we're going to get into is wrestling.
Okay.
For fans of the IWP stuff, it's going to almost be like interviews with everyday people meets Not Cool in High School in a big sandwich.
But it's all about fandom.
Yeah.
So we're doing wrestling first, and then we'll do like, I don't know, 80s cartoons
Yeah,
or
like Star Trek or something.
right,
Toys,
exactly.
video games.
Yeah,
Right, right.
whatever we do, really. And we might even do rotating hosts for whoever's, so it might be me and Brian doing the wrestling one, but then Brian does a baseball one or football or something like that,
Cool.
and then, so on and so forth. So
Yeah, that's definitely why I have so many shows, because it's like, man, I'm into so many different things, and I didn't want to just kind of like Joe Rogan kind of does it, where he's just like, hey, by the way, this is just the MMA episode real quick, and he kind of just sneaks it in there. I just kind of added like a weekly show, so it is a lot of fun to go that route. I wish you guys the best. It's going to be a lot of fun.
thank you.
Yeah,
And
sounds
you
like a
guys
cool
can-
idea.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. How it's just kind of not so much of the history of the thing. It's more or less like what it meant to somebody.
Yeah,
So,
the individual person's
It
history.
really was going to be a wrestling show. It was going to start out as a wrestling show and just focus on wrestling fandom. But I'm like, I want to talk about like cartoons and toy collecting and shit like that. And I'm like, so we were going to call it Marking Out.
That's a good one.
But I was abbreviating it for like a shorthand, like MRKN.
Okay.
Out, and I had the thing like Tony even ended up following the Instagram for.
Yeah, it was like it randomly popped up my things you should
yeah,
follow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had that, and I had this like Marking Out for years. I was sitting on this. I made a logo for it and everything. But Brian's like, I don't know if we should do talk about other things and still call it Marking Out because it might confuse people. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll just do it anyway. But then he talked me out of it. So we came up with the name Why We Like This Shit.
I
So,
like it. I'm excited. I'm really pumped. When is that going to drop?
early 2020. I was going to say 2000. So years ago.
Go back. Yeah.
20 years ago.
Just gotta get a time machine, go
Yeah.
back and find
We
it.
invented podcasting.
Yeah. Well, we were podcasting in 2002, which is funny.
Yeah.
So
I
all right,
definitely was
back
not.
to your show now.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check that out and everything else at projecthumanoid.com. All the links, like I said, will be in the description below. And go check out Murder My Dude. Really fun show.
Yeah, that's a
I still think it'd been a lot funnier if it was Marco Stunt. That'd be great.
Oh, you do that first, then end it, and then.
Did you want to give it a second to
No,
make sure it doesn't freeze up again?
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
just cut it then. Yeah, right.
We're going to open on the show, and then we're going to make a separate video at the end doing like an unboxing. Like a
Did you-
close-up one like we did last time.
Did you do that intentionally?
Yeah.
Where the Christmassy thing was
Yeah.
there wearing it?
Oh no.
Oh no, we just worked because we had a Christmas thing at work
Last
today.
time I had my Ric Flair one.
I have my
Merry Christmas.
I have my Mike
I like that
Tyson
stuff.
Christmas.
Oh shit! I'm
Merry Christmas.
Where'd you get that at?
Salvation Army.
Really?
What the fuck?
I couldn't wear a sweater. That's okay.
Oh, shit.
baby.
A sweater like that would be sweating my ass off.
This is not a Christmas shirt underneath.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh, hey!
I don't know what my deal is, man. I used to never get hot, but now I get hot. If I wear a sweatshirt for like more than fucking 5 minutes, I'm dying.
Can't-
I was
I don't know why.
I was dying at work
T-shirt,
today.
That's all I wear.
Yeah, that's all I can wear anymore.
Cancer. That's why I blame everything on cancer.
Okay.
Yesterday at the mall, dude, I was walking around the Harrisburg Mall, and I was like, yo, I gotta go outside. I was fucking dying.
I think when I had cancer, I think I was just getting hot all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
got desire. You've got the look in your eyes. You're on a mission, burning ambition. You've got your eyes on the prize. You've gotta rise to the challenge. Show 'em what you got. Step up and take what's yours. You are kings now, clash of titans.
The bell has rung and we are live. Well, not live. We're not live. But
One of us should start acting
Well,
like
it's live now.
Festus. Like the bell would ring and just go nuts.
Or delirious.
so here we are, Tornado Attack Podcast. I don't know what episodes we're on. Hold on a second.
562.
There it is.
Doing
Nailed it.
for 3 years now.
We have a lot to do today. We do have a wrestling pro crate. We're gonna pro wrestling crate.
What did you call
There
it?
you go.
A wrestling procreate.
I said it all backwards.
Procreate.
We're gonna all procreate.
The
here,
wrestling
man.
procreate. We're gonna actually do this here, but then also make a separate unboxing video later. We have Jack here from Murder My Dude gonna hang out. They have a little plug they're gonna do, the brand new show they have coming out. We're gonna talk some wrestling. TLC just happened. NWA Power just happened. We found out where Marty is, but
For now.
There was an ROH pay-per-view, too.
ROH.
Yeah, nobody
but-
cares about
5
that.
people watched.
and then we have some cool stuff coming up this weekend with PPW, and we'll talk about our pro wrestling scorecards.
Yeah.
And we have to do a video for that as well. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do that now with the digital, but we'll talk about it. And then our TTs. We have one more after this. Our TT awards.
The big ones are next week.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I tried to space them out. I'm trying to.
My notebook is actually in the other room. Heidi.
I have
Already
everything in
upset.
there.
I mean, my
I'll
picks.
go get it. I need a piece of paper then.
Well, my book bag is on the chair when you first come in, like the movie theater chair, and it's a yellow notebook. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. Let's just so if you guys like what you hear, merch store links are below. You'll actually have the links for Murder My Dude as well. They have some merch you can grab, and we have a donations tab as well as everything else in the links below. If you want to come hang out with us this weekend, come see us at PPW. We will be there.
We have a shirt in the works. I don't think it's out yet, but we have a shirt that I definitely want. We're going to do a shirt that says 50% badass, 50% little teapot.
I did see,
and
yeah.
it's going to be great.
You're actually making a shirt of that?
I believe we are.
That's hilarious.
He's making me. He's making me make
Did you
it.
find it? It's in that bag. It's just,
3 notebooks in.
it's just a yellow cover.
What's the other one?
I don't remember the other one.
Are you guys doing the NWA spoof one?
We already have that one up there.
Oh, that's right. All right. Thank you.
The the rap group, not the wrestling.
Not the wrestling. All right, so let's get into our unboxing here.
Well, no, the thing we did that real quick on NWA Power. Either Homicide or Eddie Kingston had a shirt that was like the NWA shirt, but then under it said National Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's right. That's cool.
All right, so this is the Bigs and Littles Pro Wrestling Crate. Next month is going to be themed Canada. It's going to have Kenny Omega, Edge, Christian, Kevin Owens, Bret Hart, Tyson Kidd, plus a DVD featuring Chris Jericho, Owen Hart, Roddy Piper, and more of Canada's greatest wrestling superstars. So there goes the whole idea of hopefully your Owen Hart shirt or anything Chris Jericho.
Do you ever get a double?
sucks.
Like, I mean, the DVD doesn't really count.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, no, the DVD. If they say they're on the card, the DVD will.
but like any other ones, would you get a shirt and then that person's also on the DVD? Because I mean,
No, I never had it happen.
I mean, it's
I don't know what this is.
roughly 8 matches. You think-
I'm waiting for the theme to be Monrovia, and then I'm going to be really into
I
it.
want that one.
A tape measure, a Hornswoggle tape measure.
Oh my goodness.
Does it
Oh,
only,
that's
does
great.
it only go to his height?
Probably.
That is amazing.
If it did, that'd be amazing.
Let me. No, I was going to say, here, you take
Yeah.
the other end.
Let's see how if it.
There
He's
you go.
about what?
We'll do it this way.
4'2".
Something like that. He has a book out now, and
You
it's
definitely
called,
can measure him for sure.
Oh
with that.
my god, the pin
What we got?
is
it
a
goes
Oh my
to
god,
10
that's awesome, dude.
a Marco
That is so
Stunt
cool.
Rugrat pin.
It goes to
Wow,
10
that's
feet.
that's
Oh, wow.
more badass than the autograph would have been. That's so fucking cool.
10 feet's a lot bigger than Hornswoggle.
Yeah, so I'll put up to the camera a little bit here. There's the Hornswoggle tape measure.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really dope.
Tommy. That's Rugrats.
We like on his gear it says Marco Stunt in Rugrat font.
Well, yeah, it was
Yeah,
actually
it's-
Tommy
what is
Pickles'
it?
face on it.
Dude,
Oh,
watching
that's cool.
watching Jack Hager knock him out, dude, on
that was
Dynamite
pretty
was
good.
so funny. I was losing that.
Rey Mysterio DVD,
Oh,
undeniable.
nice spots, nice.
Now I wonder what's on there. Is it indie stuff or?
Yeah, probably. It's probably like his most recent stuff. when he was on
AWA
Independent for a while.
Mid-South, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio versus... Actually, holy shit.
Versus
Is it
CM Punk?
When's that from?
Rey Mysterio versus
We're on
Eddie
the same
Guerrero
page
versus
there.
CM
Yep.
Punk.
There we go, yeah.
Wow.
You can find that full match on YouTube, y'all. It's a great match.
And then Northeast Wrestling, Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Caleb Conley.
Caleb Conley.
Caleb Collins in NWA.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is from in between when WCW closed and he went to WWE.
Yep.
Is where a lot of that stuff.
Eddie was in that match because he just got fired, too.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that shitty pay-per-view that Eddie was like in the main event? It was like,
Oh, wow, that's sick.
Micro,
nice.
the
Oh,
Micro
Bruiser
Brawler.
Brody.
Bruiser Brody Micro Brawler.
Fun
So,
fact: didn't wear a mouthpiece.
didn't.
Bruiser Brody didn't wear no mouthpiece.
It was the Briscoes. They cut a promo.
Terry Funk didn't
Terry
wear no
Funk ain't wear no mouthpiece.
Team MMA, Team Jiu Jitsu.
So,
You never saw that?
no.
It's a great promo. It was them cutting the promo on Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
Red Dragon.
So we know,
No, just-
we
it was
know
all
that
Colin.
Kane...
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
We know Kane is the autograph.
It's got to be Kane.
So...
Can I see that, Brody?
Oh, we get,
Yeah,
am I
it's
getting
cool.
Andre T-shirt?
look at his forehead.
On who? Oh,
shit, he's got
Andre.
big marks.
It's going to be on. So
You
the
could wear
t-shirts,
belted as a mini.
the T-shirts are going to be Andre the Giant, and the only one left that we didn't have all yet is Kevin Nash.
Oh wow, big sexy.
So here's the Kane autograph.
Look at Kane. They're like, ugh.
I met Nash.
He's the mayor.
Nash is was very nice to us.
I'm one of the very few Kevin Nash fans. I always loved
I love
his work.
Nash.
Kevin Nash
I
is
think
great.
he's
I love
great.
him. He was super cool to me. My kids. Who was he? My oldest son.
Yeah.
He was like massaging his shoulders.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
See, I totally hate Andre the Giant.
What?
And I just never entertained by him ever. That's a cool shirt.
That is a cool shirt.
Did I show you?
I didn't get it.
Did I show you the
That's
dude
a
that
really
looks
dope shirt.
like Andre?
I think you did last time here. Yeah,
It looks like
And
a
he's from
comic
North
book.
Carolina.
that's crazy.
He's from North Carolina. I'm like, dude, Andre is playing.
You like knew his sister or something?
No,
right?
it's his girlfriend.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Aha.
And it is. It's a
There it
Kevin
is.
Nash
There it is.
T-shirt.
That looks like it's straight out WCW.
It does
you
look
remember,
good.
Brian, when I wanted the Nash glove?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Diesel glove?
I went to a house show and you wanted me to get you the
Nash
Diesel
shirt,
glove.
and
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah, the Nash one is kind of.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the
It's
ones
retro.
that School Valley would sell.
It's very retro, yeah.
I had a.
It's like a Salvation
I used to
Army.
make scrapbooks.
That Andre shirt's badass though.
When I was a kid, I used to make scrapbooks, and I was really big into Diesel. And he was going to a house show, and I wanted him to get me the Diesel glove because for some reason I wasn't going.
Because Diesel said like on Raw, like you'd only pound fists with you if you had the Diesel gloves.
So
on.
I-
yeah,
so
When he
I
was a
needed
tweener
it.
for a little bit.
I
yeah.
needed it.
That's so funny.
All right, so we got the Releasing the Beast Andre the Giant T-shirt. Looks like a comic book. The Big Sexy Kevin Nash T-shirt. The Bruiser Brody Micro Brawler.
Bruzy bro.
Bruzy, bro.
That's the midget
Hornswoggle
version.
measuring
Yeah.
tape. Kane autographed 8x10. Marco Stunt Rugrat pin. Awesome. And the Rey Mysterio Undeniable High Spots DVD. So, yeah, good crate.
I want Marco Stunt to be Bruzy Brody. Now.
Yeah, Brucey Brody in AEW.
Brody. Oh, these
Oh,
guys
man.
kill me every week. I make that one mistake on an. I'm terrible with names.
More than one mistake.
We're making a
mistake.
You've
T-shirt.
made two already today.
I know.
You make one every single intro.
Wrestle Pro Crate.
We're
and
making
Bruzy Brody.
we're making a Bruzy Brody T-shirt.
Brucey.
And the Wrestle
Bruzy
Crow
Brody
Pro.
is 50% badass.
50% little teapot.
I blame the CBD. No, yeah. So I got my little shipment of CBD in local business. I can't even
Are
say
they
Pro
local?
Wrestling Crate. So there's no
Well,
way I'm pronouncing that.
Is that a Q or is that
I believe it's Anomia.
Anomia.
Anomia? All right, so check
Or maybe
them out.
Eunomia.
Oh,
They're
I thought that was
fancy.
an F. From
I thought
over
it was
here.
an F too. I thought I was going crazy.
Funomia.
It does kind of like, and then it's just like that's the font, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm calling it Funomia from now.
Let's call for now.
I'm going to call it Eunomia Abu Jamal.
But yeah, I've tried the gummies. I currently just ate one a couple
that
minutes
gummy.
ago. Really, really good. I got some pills and I got some bath bombs. So I'll definitely be informing you how I feel or how it works out for me. You can check them out. Go to their website. It's eunomia.com. And they have everything, man. Pet stuff for your pets, oils, muscle rub, everything. It's
Will
all
it
in
help
there.
if your pet is faking an injury? Because my pet is currently faking an injury.
And he's still
He sells. He sells for him.
he's selling the paw.
He's selling the paw because he'll run around for me, but when he sees him, he lifts the paw.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
dead serious.
that's awesome. Yeah, so before we get any further into the wrestling side of things, this is kind of still, I guess, wrestling. But you guys want to make your announcement? What's going on here?
Oh, now you're putting us on the spot.
Yeah.
So
We're pregnant.
We are pregnant. We look
Brian, 7 months.
More than that.
I'm 7 years. I do have a bigger belly than him. He's got the nice supple Abdullah boobs happening, and I just
Well, Abdullah's
I got all this right. Yeah, his raps.
The rap boobs.
You got the pics that go all the way around.
So we have a new show coming out called Why We Like This Shit, and it's going to be more of like a documentary style, like an interview show where we'll sit down with maybe like 5 different people each week. We'll have like a different topic. So the first one we're going to get into is wrestling.
Okay.
For fans of the IWP stuff, it's going to almost be like interviews with everyday people meets Not Cool in High School in a big sandwich.
But it's all about fandom.
Yeah.
So we're doing wrestling first, and then we'll do like, I don't know, 80s cartoons
Yeah,
or
like Star Trek or something.
right,
Toys,
exactly.
video games.
Yeah,
Right, right.
whatever we do, really. And we might even do rotating hosts for whoever's, so it might be me and Brian doing the wrestling one, but then Brian does a baseball one or football or something like that,
Cool.
and then, so on and so forth. So
Yeah, it's that's definitely why I have so many shows, because it's like, man, I'm into so many different things, and I didn't want to just kind of like Joe Rogan kind of does it, where he's just like, hey, by the way, this is just the MMA episode real quick, and he kind of just sneaks
Right.
it in there. I just kind of added like a weekly show, so it is a lot of fun to go that route. I wish you guys the best. It's going to be a lot of fun.
thank you.
Yeah,
And
sounds
you
like a
guys
cool
can-
idea.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. How it's just kind of not so much of the history of the thing. It's more or less like what it meant to somebody.
Yeah,
So,
the individual person's
It
history.
really was going to be a wrestling show. It was going to start out as a wrestling show and just focus on wrestling fandom. But I'm like, I want to talk about like cartoons and toy collecting and
Yep.
shit like that. And I'm like, so we were going to call it Marking Out.
That's a good one.
But I was abbreviating it for like a shorthand, like MRKN.
Okay.
Out, and I had the thing. Like Tony even ended up following the Instagram for.
Yeah, it was like it randomly popped up my
Oh,
thing you should
yeah,
follow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had that, and I had this like marking out for years. I was sitting on this. I made a logo for it and everything. But Brian's like, I don't know if we should do talk about other things and still call it marking out because it might confuse people. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll just do it anyway. But then he talked me out of it. So we came up with the name Why We Like This Shit.
I
So,
like it. I'm excited. I'm really pumped. When is that going to drop?
early 2020. I was going to say 2000. So years ago.
Go back. Yeah.
20 years ago.
Just gotta get a time machine, go
Yeah.
back and find
We
it.
invented podcasting.
Yeah. Well, we were podcasting in 2002, which is funny.
Yeah.
So
I
all right,
definitely was
back
not.
to your show now.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check that out and everything else at projecthumanoid.com. All the links, like I said, will be in the description below. And go check out Murder My Dude.
3. They might
yeah,
want to surprise
three.
at 3.
I don't think Edge could, unless he's going to get eliminated like 15 minutes in. I don't think he could do 3 and last all the way to the end. I wouldn't put him out there to do that. I would let him go out in 30, wrestle with like 6 or 7 guys, get a couple spots in, and then like.
Have whoever he's going to feud with.
Exactly,
eliminate him.
yeah.
It's so easy. But
Which if I had to
because they
pick,
don't-
I would pick Seth Rollins because they already did the whole angle.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
when Seth like threatened Edge when he's going
Yeah.
to break his neck on TV
Yeah.
and stuff. That was great. I'd build on that. And
Yeah, if Punk's not coming back, then Edge and Seth Rollins is a great wrestling
Yeah, that'd be
match.
dope.
Someone I don't know what wrestling page I was following. They made like a possible feud for Seth Rollins and his new stable, and it was like the brothers versus the dynasty, and it was
Roman and
the
Usos.
Usos
Usos.
versus AOP and Seth Rollins.
But the problem with that is
they're on different
they're on-
brands.
Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
SmackDown.
The Usos haven't been on since July.
Well, he got cleared.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
found not
yeah.
guilty.
Yeah.
When
Holy shit.
when Roman was getting jumped, the whole crowd was going crazy.
Yeah,
saying,
it makes sense.
"Uso,
Make them a
Uso."
faction. Put
Yeah.
what's her name?
Well, what is that?
What's Uso's wife's
Naomi.
name?
Naomi.
Put Naomi with him too.
Yeah. Well, what is the wrestling AX or the one with the Samoans? The Samoan
Oh,
wrestlers?
WXW.
WXW. How they had that picture of all of them, and they wear like the Umaga shirt that says the Samoan
Yeah.
Dynasty, and they all have the black bandanas on. That would be a sick stable. That was like that could be in any
Well,
promotion.
Tonga Kid started rocking Umaga's face paint.
Yeah.
Hey, oh wow.
That'd be
I'm waiting for those people to show up at the next locker room up here. Enzo's in after that Tamatonga video.
Oh, that promo was
It'll be
excellent.
great if
Enzo
they had
killed it.
all the Samoan dudes and then Snitsky.
Yeah, because they trained him. So and Batista.
Snitsky just
Batista,
has
yeah.
the face paint.
Yeah.
What did we think of the Enzo promo?
It's Enzo.
I actually didn't watch it.
I thought it was great.
Where was he? Alaska? Like
He was in
Wyoming, you said.
Wyoming.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe second up with Bischoff.
Wyoming.
It was typical.
Yeah.
It was.
Is
Enzo.
he trying to get a New Japan shot?
He's not. That ain't happening.
No, they really don't like each other. They're really beefing for whatever reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But he's doing a wrestling promo.
Yeah,
so,
but it's like where would the payoff be?
Look,
you know?
here's the.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Beat up Tamatonga? No, he's
Yeah.
not gonna.
I don't know. You don't get a mouth that big if you didn't get punched in the face a couple times. I think
All right,
Enzo
you're
could-
sounding like I said, or like I sounded back in like the early 2000s.
I think
What was
Enzo
what was
could- I
his name?
think
The
Enzo-
Alaskan dude.
I
Oh,
think Enzo
Sam
could scrap.
Hoger.
Yeah.
What was his nickname?
The Alaskan assassin.
I was like, you don't get a nickname like that unless you're really. And then he would get his ass beat all the time. I mean,
You don't think in a real life Enzo can't handle himself?
no.
Not against some an island guy.
Well, see, I don't know. I don't think just because he's Haku's son it makes him tough. Like, I need
Yeah.
to see some proof that he can actually fight. Everyone's like, well, he's Haku's
I'm
son.
talking about
No one
Enzo.
probably, he never had a fight day in his life
Yeah.
because of that.
The other one looks
cool
tougher
kill
though.
Enzo.
Tongaloa?
For sure, but that's different.
Tongaloa, I would rather mess with Tamatonga than Tongaloa.
For sure. Yeah, that dude's huge.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just growing up in Jersey and you have a mouth like that.
They're bitches.
Yeah.
They're all bitches. I live there.
You might have a mouth that don't mean you get.
Look, I grew up in South Philly, and I know, like, when you have a mouth that big and you talk too much, you don't have a lot back in it. It's a lot of he's a lot of talk.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see it. I mean, when him and Janela were squaring up, he knew what he was doing a little bit.
Janela's 5'8", dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
He's a little dude.
Enzo's small, too, though.
Yeah, it's
That was,
well,
that was a fair fight.
Yeah,
Janelle's just a little bruisey Brody guy. That's all.
he's a little bruisey Brody.
You got it right. There.
Janela's no fighter, so I wouldn't.
No, yeah, he's not.
He's an
Which kills the
entertainer.
gimmick that he's a death
Yeah.
wrestler and you can't even handle himself in a street fight. Like, Jesus Christ.
Trying to think. We had some ratings this week.
Yeah, AEW got clobbered. 795,000 viewers for NXT, 683,000 for AEW.
So was it a whole 100 more?
A little over
Almost?
100,000
Oh, wow.
difference, and it was the first time. The big rating everybody wants in TV is 18 to 49-year-olds, and AEW, even when NXT has beaten them by a little bit, has always won that, and they used to win it by a lot. Like when they were first going head-to-head the first month or so, they were almost double NXT.
Right.
But they've come down to NXT's level there. That's where they've lost a lot of their audience. And now this was the first time NXT beat AEW 18 to 49. It was close. It was like 0.27 for NXT and 0.25 for AEW. But yeah, NXT won. I think the only demographic that AEW won was like women 18 to 34.
That's Jump for the Jungle Boy, man.
Which is I just don't buy any of those things.
I mean, Jungle Jack Perry.
Yeah,
Thank
Jungle
you.
Jack.
Jungle Jack.
It's weird.
Now,
right?
here's I don't think any of it really fucking matters.
No, as long as they're making money.
Yeah, TNT's happy that it
But
doesn't
that's the
matter.
thing. People will buy into it. They'll look at these ratings. It's like they don't
Yeah.
fucking matter.
there's people online who are already saying this is the absolute death
Of
of
course.
AEW.
I hear that every
Well, they
post.
you know
spoofed
they
it.
were saying that about TNA 15 years ago.
You know TNA? I heard a thing on a podcast. Like the last the show that they went up to head to head with Raw got over 2 million people.
I think it was like 1.4 or
Isn't-
something like that.
Isn't that insane?
That first night, that January 4th,
Yeah.
where Hogan came in for the first
Yeah.
time and all that, and then they're like, "Hey, we got to go head to head with Raw overnight," and they got clobbered.
I mean, they got but think that. I bet Raw's rating then was way higher than it is now.
yeah, no, that
Oh,
night,
for sure.
that night, people just came back to wrestling because Raw had a really high rating that night too, because that was the night that Bret Hart came back.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that when him and Sean had their first
Yeah,
confrontation?
that was so awkward. Oh, they're friends now. No, they're
Everybody
not.
just
Super
needs to
awkward.
bring Hogan in for some because him and
There you go, yeah.
him and
Listen,
Flair, did the their ratings bumped, right?
Yeah.
Bring him
Yeah,
in.
but
Here's one thing I will say though, right? And I love AEW to the point where I get called a mark all the time. I get, all this crazy shit. But they really need to change some shit up. Like they need their own Kevin Dunn because it's so obvious that like once again like the endings seem like so out of place for that week's show.
Yeah.
Every week it seems like it ends where it's just
they're
like
figured out. They're
The thing,
new.
the thing with AEW right now, the wrestling's very good. Aside from the Cody Jericho stuff, which was amazing. The booking sucks.
the booking sucks.
Whoever did that,
all
whatever
the
was-
gimmicks are
yeah.
alike. Like they need more than just Tony Khan. I know that for creative they have like the Bucks in there and Cody in there, but they actually need writers.
Yeah,
It's
because they
crazy
go
as
one
that
way
sounds,
and
they
it's
need
like
writers.
Hikaru Shida's getting the world title shot. Oh, no, she loses.
I disagree with the writers thing because I see what it does to.
Yeah, don't hand people promos.
I
Don't
see
do
what
that.
because did you read about who was saying it? It was like it was talking about after Vince dies, like who's going to take over
Yeah.
WWE, and somebody was like, I don't think it's going to be Triple H. I think it's going to be like Disney.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Somebody like
Yeah,
that.
probably so.
Because what right now, the model that they have right now is so easy and so simple that it's a real simple formula. It's not convoluted. It's not booking. And I think AEW needs booking, not writers.
Yeah.
I think they need something different because they need to separate themselves. They like WWE coasts because they know that they have a built-in fan base that they don't need.
Yeah, they're gonna watch no matter what.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, like really, I'm serious. Whether it was Cody, whether it was Jericho, whether it was those two together, whoever was in charge of booking that should be in charge of booking the entire show.
Yeah, because that was fantastic.
It was excellent, and everything
They
else has
don't.
been
Another problem with AEW
lackluster.
is they don't explain anything why the guys are ever having matches.
No, and then
they're
they-
just having a match.
when
They're
they-
just fighting for whatever reason.
Yeah, when they
It's
bring
just
new
crazy.
people in, they think that they're already established. Like,
I was always okay with that though, like just random matches. I like that.
I'm okay with some,
I'm okay with it once in a while, but every
Yeah.
single week I need a little bit of story for my wrestling at least.
Well, you do get story. You have to just tune in. Into
You have to watch
YouTube.
Being
which
the
is
Elite.
yeah. They put stuff like or
and-
play it again on the show.
and even not just storyline, just give us a reason to care about people. Like, why should I care about Hangman Page? Why should I care about?
So
Yeah,
if-
why should I care about the Hangman and Kenny are pushing each other?
and
who cares?
And have people that show, and they're doing a little bit.
Well,
have people that show personality, like Chris Statlander, phenomenal,
Right.
At showing personality and getting herself over.
I think with the Hangman is because we know that they have a past together, and they just
Assume
they
that you watch
assume
New Japan and
that
you watch
the casual
RH.
fan that's going to tune in already knows that.
Yeah.
yeah, but the
They
200,000
don't
people that
explain
watch
it.
Being the Elite is not
Jim
enough.
Ross doesn't even know.
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. They don't even follow. Like Jim Ross is saying, "Oh no, where's Tony Schiavone was one of them saying, oh well, they're both a part of the Elite. They're get along." And it's like, no, Paige just left.
Yeah.
but they did not Being the Elite. So
Right.
like, I don't
Yeah.
know what the plan is.
I'll tell you what. If
they'll work out.
NXT,
the kinks.
I think
Yeah,
NXT,
it's still a
first
work
year.
in progress.
NXT was the better show this week.
Oh, it's
For
the better
sure.
show.
NXT 's so
It's the better show every week.
Sometimes I think AEW has the
Yeah,
better
sometimes I
overall
think it's
show,
very
but
Really?
not wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? But as a show, as a whole show, I think
The
sometimes
week that
AEW 's
Jericho
better.
and Cody both did those promos, like Jericho did the Tron promo where he made fun of Cody.
Oh, yeah, that was a great
And then
show,
Cody
yeah.
did the in-ring promo. That beat anything wrestling wise. NXT did the whole entire episode. It was so good at promo wise.
Yeah.
It was
I thought that Cody.
Well, that was the
promo-
same. That was the same week too. We had the Keith Lee Dive Jack and
Was
It's Roderick Strong triple threat. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
that
good
was
match. But I'm just saying, I would rather watch those two promos or that match back to back. Give me the two promos. They
Yeah.
were great.
That
take the match.
Cody promo, the one that he did that one week, it was just for me. It was like this is the best promo I've heard in a
What
long
is
time.
Cody? What do you think is costing Cody every week? He keeps throwing his wrestling his weight belt out.
Yeah,
in the crowd.
yeah. He must get the cheapest weight belts.
Yeah. And people are going nuts over.
Oh
those
yeah.
wrestlers.
What if Hogan would have did that? People
I
would have
love
lost
that.
their fucking
I love
mind.
that bump on NXT that Adam Cole and Keith Lee did.
Into the crowd.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
said that wasn't planned.
Really?
He said it was him and Cole planned it, but it wasn't. They didn't tell anybody. They just did.
I see.
No, I don't buy that.
I don't buy it
I don't buy
either.
that because I said
There'd be a
that-
lawsuit.
They told,
I
they
said
told
that the Brian-
somebody.
there were plants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
anybody-
a whole line of plants. right
Anybody
there.
that close, like when they did the KFC thing at TLC.
Yeah, for
obviously.
sure.
It was good. Well, obviously,
I mean, it
because
wouldn't
one
be-
guy wrestled on 205 Live 2 days before.
But it wouldn't be hard to go up to people and say, "You want some free fried chicken?" Absolutely.
Right,
You know?
but we knew that they were. We
Yeah,
knew that.
yeah.
That's
they
how
were.
Tony got me on this show. He's like, "Oh, we'll have fried chicken."
We don't have
Whoa,
fried
whoa,
chicken
whoa!
yet.
Well, I can't even get a fucking gummy, and we're having. He's getting fried chicken.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Look at
Bullshit.
Andy just staring at it.
Yeah, I want to. I'm not gonna buy to not those peach rings,
Yeah.
but normal peach rings.
They're doing great.
Peach rings are.
Yeah. I'm a lot more comfortable. We'll say.
I'm gonna take my pants off.
Unbutton a pant leg.
We're gonna procreate, guys.
Sitting
go
back
see
like
my
Al Bundy
Brucey
in a
Brody.
second.
NXT I thought started hot. Middle was good, but didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
and then ended amazing.
So I watched.
I feel like that's every NXT week. Like
Yeah,
it's
I watched
always
the
great
shortened
matches
one.
start off, and then they kind of peter out, and the main event's
Like
great.
I know he's good, but Killian Dane does nothing for me.
me same
Me-
here.
same.
That match with Damian Priest went way too long.
Do
I
you
don't like
remember-
either of them.
Do you remember Killian Dane's old gear?
Yeah, with that big coat and stuff.
So
and-
I have a picture. You put him and Warbeard Hansen next to each other.
Yeah.
They look like the same.
Yeah, they
person.
kind of did. Yeah.
They were wearing the same fucking gear.
Yeah, like
And
that belt thing.
And I'm like, we got two of the same guy. We don't need it.
Yeah.
Because remember, Triple H, they were talking about the American Wolves coming in. And
I still
when
wish they
had,
would've stayed.
This is when I had Blake and Murphy.
Yeah.
And Triple H is like, we already have that team.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah.
Like, But right.
But then they have just like when
And
Liv.
again, Murphy, I think Murphy's great now.
Could you imagine having the American Wolves in your locker room and having Murphy and whatever and be like, you guys can go, scram.
Murphy's good.
We'll take
Murphy's
this Forgotten
good.
Son
Wesley
guy.
Blake is
But see, you say he's not, but yet a lot of wrestlers will sit there and talk about how great.
Maybe he just hasn't got having a chance because Murphy was
true.
whatever.
I don't know.
And then let
Because they're
Murphy
stuck
go
with
and-
what's his face from TNA.
Gunner.
Gunner and Brian.
And the other guy
Hates
sucks
him.
too.
No, I don't know that dude. I don't.
Me either. I think he's just one of their trainees.
Okay.
Like Forgotten Sons are changed the channel for me though. It's
Yeah.
Me too.
okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
I only had 3 matches on the
Fuck the
Hulu
Marines.
NXT.
Oh wait.
And
what?
then,
I'm sorry.
and then NXT.
My best friend, one of my best friends, Nate, is a Marine. So.
Yeah, and then AEW. It was a good show. The only thing, man, is
Chris Statlander versus what's her name was good.
Stat-
Britt Baker.
Stat-
Although
dude,
Britt Baker, I'm not big on.
I like her. I like.
Stat-
I think Statlander.
Statlander is a fucking star.
Yeah.
That's your woman star right there.
She cut a promo on AEW Dark, and like everything sounded good, but she had like zero confidence behind.
I
the
think
words.
she's good in the ring,
she's
but
better
I
than
don't. I don't
this.
get her
Dude,
gimmick at all. She's an alien.
Yeah. She's an
alien.
It doesn't do shit for me.
Some people
it.
don't like.
I love
it's,
it.
it's
I like
wacky.
You know what it is?
I like weird shit.
because she didn't.
Yeah,
Probably.
She booked
If-
Tony
listen,
Schiavone.
If
Tony
she
Schiavone probably
touched
loved
me,
it.
I probably would be a lot bigger fan. To be honest.
Did you hear what I think it was JR? Because he said something like, and then JR is like, yeah, right. Like whatever he said, like he wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he was
like, whatever it
comfortable.
was.
As much as Brian,
Tony's a pervert.
dude, as much as Brian can't stand Mario, dude, I'm starting to hate Jim Ross. I cannot
He's
stand his
not good.
commentary. It's so bad. I can't stand
He
it.
does.
I thought he did good work with the Jungle Boy match though.
They literally yelled at him to be like, "Read the guy's trunks, and you'll
Yeah.
know who's in the ring."
Yeah,
Was
that's
he
the-
calling him Jack Perry?
Yeah, he's always
still
back
doing
and
that?
forth. Jungle Jack and Jungle.
They
Jack
should all come
Perry.
out like "Hello, my name is"
They
tag so
should.
JR knows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was even worse when he would do the New Japan commentary for TV.
Well, he didn't
Oh
care.
my god, it was
that was a
it was
paycheck.
the
Yeah.
it was so fucking terrible.
That was a
dude.
paycheck.
He knew Okada and Kenny and Naito, and that's
And that was it. Yeah.
And that's when Marty Sherrill.
Yeah, Marshall, come on here.
Here comes another Chinese guy. It's like, all right, Jim, you know what?
How about I did see this one clip. So when
Look at
Io
this
was
Cambodian.
I think this one might be Korean. What do you think, Josh? Josh is like, I think they're all Japanese, Jim. Jim's like, whatever, bomb them all. They're like, all right, cut his fucking
Yeah.
mic.
when Io came to the ring, someone said, "Go back to China," and she goes, "I'm Japanese, bitch." And I was like,
I'm
"That's
from
awesome."
Winnipeg, you idiot.
I was just going to say the Jericho thing. He's like, what did he say? Go back to where?
Go back to Toronto.
Go back. He's like, I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
Yeah, it was on like a SmackDown or something. He's wrestling Big Show, and somebody in the crowd's like, "Go, yeah, yelling, go back
back
to
to
And
Toronto."
then fucking you see Big Show starts cracking the fuck up.
Jericho is a treasure. But
Yes.
Do you think it would be better if he didn't have a title on him, or you think that
No, definitely.
No,
he's
this
making
is-
the title
He's making it
important.
work.
Yeah.
He's making it work, dude.
I would have never done the whole thing where Cody said he would give up, like never challenge for the title, because like when they first started, they'd be like, okay, Kenny should be the guy to take it off of him. Cody should have been the guy, not when they did the pay-per-view, but if you would have built that up for
Eventually.
like a year, Cody
I kinda
is such
thought
a good baby
I thought that
face.
about Hangman.
Yeah.
I thought they should have built Hangman as
Yeah.
a big baby face. That's what I thought.
I'm kind of glad they didn't. Now, I'll be honest.
I have done such a 180 on Cody Rhodes this year. He is
Yes,
he's
you have.
amazing.
Yes, you have.
Same
And
here.
It's fair. It's fair that you.
Here's the thing that we were talking
I
about a
can't wait
little
till you
bit
turn on tomorrow. Go
at,
ahead.
at work. We were saying how they're trying so hard not to put themselves over because they're clearly
that is
executives.
kind of hurting.
Cody, I don't mind him doing what he's doing because I like how he kind of works with a talent every now and then or a different week. But if there's someone who I think the fans would not care in the least if they were the champions, the Bucks.
Yeah, and Kenny needs to really start winning.
Kenny, they need a secondary title, and that should be Kenny's first belt there.
Yeah, they didn't need a
I know.
secondary
I
title
would
for
kind of put that
sure.
on like Darby Allin or Jungle Boy or someone like that level,
I like
or
Darby Allin.
MJF.
I would build the title up like Tony's saying, like maybe have a big name be the mid-card
Okay.
champion first, and then eventually Darby beats him forward, then you build him up or whatever.
I would put it on MJF, and I would be like, with Cody, I can't challenge for Jericho's title, but I can take yours.
Yeah, that'd be
that's what I would
huge.
do with that.
Yeah. I wanted more out of the Lucha Bros Kenny Hangman match. It didn't do it for me. I just thought I expected a little more. It just didn't. It didn't.
I thought
scratch
that way about
itch.
the main event.
Yeah, and the main
was
event.
good.
The main event was kind of the same thing for me. And then that ending, man. And they're like, "This is an initiation." And then two guys hit the ring, and they're trying to. Like JR's trying to sell it that these two guys are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're here." And nobody in the crowd cared because nobody knew what was going on.
So they're only two job guys.
They didn't build him up
because that was on being elite.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with Butcher and the Blade when they attacked Cody and they were
Yeah.
trying to make it, oh my god, and it's like nobody knows who the fuck these guys
I
are.
think
Who
with
cares?
Butcher and the Blade, they should have done promos. Like,
Yeah.
they're coming.
They should-
They're
they're coming.
coming.
Exactly,
They're coming.
yeah.
They're coming.
Well, so are those two guys going to wear the masks all the time now? So it
I
doesn't even
guess
matter
so.
if they're there or not. Like,
Who cares?
And they're
They're going to use them. They just signed them.
Is there
It's no
gonna
deal.
well, dude? For being the elite, they show like every week there's a new jobber that takes one of the things off. I
Yeah.
didn't have 30 people in this.
Yeah,
gimmick. Like,
Nakazawa.
it's like
what's his name? Brandon Cutler.
Yep.
It's stupid. It's
I think one of the guys was actually Brian Cutler.
Yeah,
the
because
one dude
there's-
looks just like
so
him
there's
wearing
another guy with the
mask.
purple mask, right? And everyone else has green. And then the two guys.
who are the
Beaver
two
Boys
guys
got
that were
purple.
just signed?
Josh Silver and what's the other guy's name?
Alex Reynolds?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
John
Beaver
Silver.
Boys or something.
You're
John
gonna
Silver.
get- you're gonna
The
get
Beaver
called.
Boys.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't know his name. I legit
No,
didn't
you're
know.
going to get called and be
I'll
like,
be a creeper.
you're
Oh,
gonna be a
great.
creeper.
Yeah,
do it?
I'll just look like
Oh, you'll
delirious.
do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do it
Because
too.
eventually you wouldn't be that forever.
Yeah.
You know?
As long, just if you're going to be a creeper, just please land a punch. Because did you see some of those punches?
Oh,
my
some of the
God,
guys were
dude, that was
straight
terrible.
out of the training center, I think.
Wow.
Which
Missed
I'm like,
Dustin with every punch that he threw.
yeah, I'm like,
I was
the
holy
AEW roster
shit.
can't fend off these nobodies. Like,
Well, that's the only thing we were just talking
now
about.
if they were
like,
real jacked up guys, then okay.
them having no clear path of the storylines, that's one thing that bothers me because Brian brought up a great point. Cody is like the most over baby face in the thing, and his whole storyline right now is, I guess I have no friends, I have no
Yeah.
one. It's like, really, dude, you have a stable, your brother's
Yeah.
there, your wife's there, you have all these people there, you have more support in that company than anybody, but
Yeah.
you can't help one person help you to
Yeah.
back it. It's like, come on, man.
And we're gonna get Pac Omega again.
That's
I'm
it. Well,
with
Pac
it.
wants, at least for the storyline. I mean, it's only been 2 matches.
And they're 1-1, so they should
Yeah.
have a trilogy. You know, that'd be cool.
This early?
Why not?
Apparently, Pac's going to have a trilogy with everybody. That's his thing.
I don't know, man. I want to see Kenny move away. I want Kenny. I want him with somebody. Like, even if it's Hangman, anything.
I think him and Hangman is a slow burn. I think that's going to be a big feud down the line.
I know they're slow burning Kenny, but they got to at least light the fuse.
Yeah, their thing is like with having 3 weeks or 3 months in between pay-per-views, everybody's so adjusted to that cycle where you have a pay-per-view every month. You kind of have to.
I think they need
things.
another.
Yeah.
They need like a show. Like
They have Dark, but it's not really.
no, they need something else so they could have
They should have.
these
They should
people-
have like they were doing like what Fighter Fest and stuff. They should have a pay per view like every 2 months, but like every other month maybe have like a
Yes.
special show.
They
You
need
know
a
what I
Clash of the Champions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
house-
they
But
need.
I think they need like a
House show.
Saturday show, like WCW, because that's how you
I think that
That's what Dark kinda is
Their
for them.
Saturday show is. I think they're leaning more towards being the elite. That's where you tune into that, maybe not for wrestling, but to get your story.
But then they don't even tell you about that. If
They
you
should-
That's
just
my
watch
only
AEW,
problem.
you wouldn't
And I
know
love
it
being the
exists.
elite. I watch every Monday, but they
Yeah.
should
They
tell
don't
you
even,
on TV.
Yeah, they don't even be like, "Hey, you should go check out." Maybe it's TNT. Like, we don't want people to go to YouTube. Why are you sending them away from us?
But they already have Dark, so
Yeah.
they already are doing that.
So I don't know.
They don't really plug it a whole lot on their show. but
Even if they intertwine and had some of the being elite like segments on Dark, you know what I mean? But
I just want it to be more like WCW personally. I do. I miss WCW, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
I wanted to fill that void, and I thought it was going to, and it's not doing it for me.
Like, I like it, but it could be better. But it's the first year.
Tony, you weren't a big WCW guy.
I wasn't not because I didn't like it.
Well, nobody did in 2000.
I was
2001.
such a WWE mark that I.
Well, that's true because 2000, 2001, I wasn't watching it when they had
was
the
bad.
big. Well,
Yeah,
because I was
they
in a
call
really.
it the exploding vagina.
Is that what they call that?
The
I wasn't really watching them, but
Oh, it was
I know
awful.
I know I did tune in at some point because that's when Sid broke his leg.
Yeah,
that was a Starcade.
that was Starcade, yeah. That was
But what
nuts.
year? What year?
2000.
That was 2000.
Yeah.
So because I remember I
So,
was
like,
in a relationship.
It's like
but
somewhere near like mid '99. Just
I think that's when I stopped watching
Yeah.
WCW really. But I know I tuned in for that because me and him used to yell, "Watch your legs, Sid!" Like if we would just walk down steps.
yeah. I mean, there was some good, but it was mainly all bad. It's kind of like Raw right now. There's some good, but it's mostly bad and skippable.
Yeah.
All right, so over the weekend for TLC, we did something a little different. We went digital with the Pro Wrestling Scorecard. So if you went and downloaded a Pro Wrestling Scorecard, if you check the little bottom of that scorecard where it said sponsored by this week, you've seen Tornado Tag Podcast in the box. So we made it to the card. Really cool stuff happened with that card. We finally, this whole time we're always like, man, we are fucking terrible at this. Out of a possible 160 points, we're getting like 100 points. Like our 80 points, we're doing really bad. Like I can't, like, it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? And then we go in and we jump in to the digital world with Pro Wrestling Scorecards, and right out the jump, two of us are in the top 3. Brian wins the whole damn thing, tied for first. I came in second. Austin came in 7th. Tyler finished. You were really high up there.
I took so many chances that I shouldn't have. Like, I thought for some reason why I had that.
Wow, you were doing really well. You dropped to 32.
Yeah, I had Miz winning by DQ for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's what I thought,
I don't know why
too.
the hell I thought that in my head. I should have, because the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, he's probably going to get DQ'd, snapping out, and keep going after Bray. And
Yeah.
none of that didn't happen.
And then
anyway, so I'm
Andy
like, what the
finished
fuck?
41.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
do
So
very well.
technically, our champion this week and the overall champion is going to be Brian.
That is me.
Brian won our pro wrestling scorecard.
Yeah.
The digital
Winner is you.
The digital is
winner is
really
me.
fucking fun, man. I like it a lot. We do have some codes left if you want to join. We are
I
going
thought
to
you said Coke.
yeah, Coke. No, we are going to get our own little stable. Like they're gonna put us in a little group. That should be happening soon. I think they get their shirt from us. I sent the owner of Pro Wrestling Scorecards one of our Tornado Tag podcast shirts. But out of a potential 194 points, you won with 104.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I finished second, 102. So it was a lot of fun, man. So go check out ProWrestlingScorecards.com. If you do join their Patreon, I think it's like $1 or a couple bucks, you will get a digital code, and you can join us and play online. Like I said, it's a really good time. We had a blast doing it.
And you can try to beat the champ.
Yeah, try to take on the champs. The Tornado Tech podcast finished in the top 10. I like it. Yeah, we took some chances, but mine was my
I didn't
biggest.
take a whole lot of chances. I think that's why.
Yeah, I did.
I had
took some
Becky and
stupid
Charlotte
chances.
win the belt.
So did I.
Yeah,
So
I
did
had.
I thought they were heating Asuka up for Becky at the Rumble, so that's why I went with that. I think the only matches I got wrong as far as like the winner, the double count out, which nobody really who would have guessed that.
I would have never had Roman losing either.
And I had Roman beating Corbin.
Yeah, Roman beating Corbin too, because I was hoping that'd be the end of that bullshit feud.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Roman is now going to be. I don't know who's wrestling, but he's going to be wrestling.
I know, that's so
on
dumb.
Fox's New Year's Eve special.
So stupid. Who's gonna give a shit about that, dude? Everyone's gonna be like, well, fuck this, change the channel during that.
And then
Me and Brian will be watching it.
last bit of thing we're going to cover here. It's going to be a little bit of a plug of our upcoming guests, and then we'll ask you a little question here.
Okay.
The Retromania has been contacting winners. And here, have you heard anything?
No, I didn't know they were contacting winners.
That's what Brian was saying.
I think they are, because I saw somebody like on Twitter like
They
check it in.
posted something on Facebook saying they weren't. They didn't, I guess, expect so many people joining, so it was taking longer to go through. And we're going to announce the winner soon.
Okay.
So
the second week of the month, they're actually going to be calling in again.
no, that's cool. Yeah, maybe he'll be starting it by that time because it's behind by like a
So
week.
he's going to call in on I believe it's the 9th. It was our second week. But so go check out Retromania, Retrosoft Studios, their video game coming out. It's going to be a lot of
Retromania
fun.
Wrestling.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. All right, let's get into our TTs.
The TT Awards.
The TT
Week
Awards.
3. So
First one we're going to do. No, we split up one. It was most underrated, most underused, and we split it into male and female.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't pick a girl, so I can pick girls though.
That's right.
I got my guys.
Yeah.
The show's one hard for me because I have trouble remembering what matches are on
Now,
what shows.
we do have a little thing we want to debate here. Now, when it comes to promotion of the year, is NXT part of WWE?
I say yes.
I would
It's the
say
third brand.
It is, but I
it's
consider
so
it separately.
different that I consider it separate.
Yeah,
I would say separate as well, but so I have like a little slash there, just to see how it goes.
because I would if you had to pick like which one do I like more, obviously NXT.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, it's like this. Like,
But I don't want WWE there too. Like that. If
when
I
people
both-
say like, "Oh, WWE sucks," it's like, well, not really, because NXT is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just make it that, then WWE completely blows, and like that's not the honest truth, because NXT is WWE.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like,
it's weird. It's like
So
separate but not.
Do you want me
know?
to start with most underused, underrated male?
Yeah, we'll start there.
My number 3?
Yeah, Tony can lead off.
All right, so my number 3 for most underused, underrated
the entire
male
WWE roster?
of the
any roster, yeah. But
Name a guy in WWE.
all 3 of mine are WWE guys.
I had a tough time.
Actually,
getting
no.
my
I have one person that's non WWE.
Wow.
The number 1 and 2, like I was a tough time. I was like, maybe he should be number 1. Oh, I don't know. Those are 2 good ones when you hear them.
This one is my number 3, because he could have done so much more and never did. It was so he almost didn't even make my list because he did at least have something going for him a little bit this year. He has been in some main event pictures and main event matches, but he just never was ever given a win until much later on, and then injury hit him. But I have Joe as my number 3.
Okay, I could see that, but I think he's
I
for the
think he had
most part successful.
I think he had a good enough
Yeah.
year. He won the United States title twice. Like,
yeah.
He kind of has that Braun Strowman thing where he loses big matches
but he
all
also
the time.
went for the championship like 4 times.
I think that was last year, though. I think that was 18.
He wrestled Brock
19
last year, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
AJ. No, Brock was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
he faced
AJ, he had the whole long program with AJ.
with his family.
Yeah.
I think they should put it on him. Yeah, that was.
I thought they were going to put it on.
Yeah, I thought he
I
should
really
have had
did.
it. Did he wrestle Kofi? He might have had a title shot with Kofi.
No, he was hurt by that time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It ended with Rey Mysterio.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because Kofi beat Owens and he beat Ziggler,
Orton.
Orton, yeah.
So you're number 3.
My number 3 is kind of the same vein, where it's a guy that he was in a couple good storylines. He had a couple big matches, but he was always a number 2 guy. He was number 2 to Shane McMahon. He was, instead of being in the big feuds, like instead of it being Roman versus Shane, it should have been Roman versus Drew McIntyre. He's my number 3. Every year since he's come back, I've always think, this next year's going to be the year he finally is like the world champion, or he's going to be in a title feud, and he never is. He's always just a guy all the time.
I think he needs a manager. I think that would be maybe Drake Maverick is a guy who like hides behind him or something.
Okay,
if you're going to break up Andrade and Zelina Vega, maybe
him
put
and
Zelina.
Ziggler. You had a little stable there.
See, I don't want him to be with anybody. I want him
don't know,
to be a killer on his own that
I
he
think
could
when
be.
you put Dolph with anyone, it's
Yeah, you get Ziggler stack on.
Yeah, it's like, ugh.
And it seems like, once again, we're in the same exact boat. Like, right now, he's looking good on Raw, but I'm sure it's going to peter out to nothing. He's not going to be in any big feuds. He won't get a title shot. So, Drew McIntyre is my number 3.
My number 3, and he got a push for the Cruiserweight division, but the Cruiserweight division is whatever, and who cares? And, well, now it's kind of building up with Garza and Leo. My number 3 is Drew Gulak.
Oh.
I think he's a great wrestler. I think when
He's
he
a
was...
Philly guy.
That's part of it. I think he had a lot of opportunity when he had a chance to show personality. I think he delivered, and I think they could do a lot more with him.
Yeah.
He has decent size for a guy that was like a cruiserweight guy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of missed opportunity, especially now because he's on SmackDown and you're never going to see him.
Yeah, I forgot that he was on SmackDown. I forgot he was even in the company, to be honest with you. There's a guy who I think would do much better in AEW.
I think Drew's really good, but I feel like he has a ceiling. Like, he can't.
Yeah.
He's not going to be
He's
a
not
world
world champion,
champion.
no.
I don't even see him as a mid card champion, honestly. So it's like,
Yeah, tag team or
yeah.
no Soldier Ant. There's a
You're number 3. Andy.
okay. So
Maybe he can team with Orange Cassidy.
yeah,
and,
yeah. Would that be something?
Drew
I think
Gulak
get Fire
should-
Ant.
That would be a great feud because their personalities are so different. Like, Orange Cassidy is like
Get Tracy Williams
bullshitting
in
all the
there,
time,
too.
and Drew flips out. He can't handle it.
I think Drew Gulak should be in NXT.
Yeah.
And just
He should have been in that first week. He was wrestling. That's why Rush beat the
Send him
title. And I
back.
was like, damn,
Send
you
Buddy
should've
Murphy
stayed.
down there.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that would
Send
would
Damian
sell.
Priest up.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah, have him
please.
feud with Roman, then I won't watch that at all. Okay, so my third guy is a guy who kind of goes up and he goes right back down, and he goes up and he gets forgot about, and then he does these shitty ass promos in a dark room, and it leads to nothing. So Aleister Black is my third one. He has a good match, and then he's kind of just does them shitty promos for 2 months.
Man, I hope that match
That's
with him
like-
and Buddy Murphy. At least I hope somebody backstage watched it, man. 'cause it
Yeah,
was so good.
but he does have a good match, but then you won't see him for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Then you see that stupid promo.
My plan forever has been to put him with the Miz and call him A-lister Black.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
But like, he's a guy like, is he any different now than when he first came in roster? No,
no.
he's
They had
just
him-
lateral.
He was not a scary, creepy dude. He was a fun-loving, fun smile. Let's have a good
there's
time
a guy
with
that
Ricochet.
should fucking never talk and
Yeah.
should just come out and just
I
kick ass.
did not
Exactly.
like that.
No.
When I put him with Ricochet.
No, I mean they
Now-
work good together. But
now
I don't like it
here's
either.
something that you may see with Andrade and Selena Vega maybe splitting to Selena become the mouthpiece of Aleister Black, and then he goes back to not talking.
I don't like that because
Yeah, I don't
she
like it. I
doesn't
don't think
fit
it
his
fits.
character.
What-
I know they're married.
I
but-
want. I would like to see
Or with each other.
Vince Russo book that because they would put him or her with Humberto Carrillo.
Just
Okay,
keep it
yeah.
with Spanish people.
Yeah. Well, have they flip.
And then you pay an extra $5 to keep him off the card.
Yeah.
Who?
The Lucha Libras or the Japanese.
Yeah.
So my number 2 guy, he once again I think he's a super talent, and I don't think we've seen him at all really this year. We've seen him maybe once or twice.
Oh, I know who it is. I can guess.
Who do you think?
It's going to be what's his name? They're just going back now. Oh God, it's all Jinder Mahal.
No.
Oh, my
God,
God.
I wish Jinder Mahal. I love Jinder.
No, you don't.
I do.
Nobody does.
I am a Jinder Mahal fan.
He's coming back.
My buddy Joe's a big Jinder fan.
I always say that. What's your favorite Jinder Mahal match?
My favorite Jinder Mahal moment was after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and he posted a picture of him and Rob Gronkowski and said, "Shouldn't have hindered."
My favorite Jinder
That's
moment
funny.
was when he decided to install an entire race and start doing his Japanese shit on SmackDown.
Oh, remember that?
Oh, shit.
I thought that was awesome. My number 2 is he just recently released a new free agent, Luke Harper.
Okay.
Oh, they're talking about someone not misused. My
Yeah.
God.
Misuse are out the door.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my number 2, Lukey boy.
They'll do well
That's good.
in April, whatever his contract up.
April 8th, I
He'll be
believe.
doing well then.
My number 2 is the same as Andy's. Mine's Aleister Black. Especially when you compare it to Ricochet, the year that Ricochet had, which I guess you could say it wasn't a great year, but he was, in all these feuds with Joe. He was in a big feud with AJ for the title. He beat Joe for the title, right? So he was United States champion?
Yeah.
So, that could have been Black. There was no excuse for Black to be sitting in a room waiting for someone to knock on his door.
Yeah.
Whoever stuck that gimmick and thought it was a good idea on him totally ruined his entire year. Because he was the hottest you can get in NXT.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was great.
And then they were like, hey, let's use it for the AOP, too.
Yeah. It's like,
Are they in the same room?
yeah. Did they not see each other? They could have fought each other.
It just totally made all the momentum he had and went right
Yep.
down the drain.
He should just be silent guy walking around kicking people's heads off.
Yep.
Fight
Yeah.
with me.
With
He's doing the Joker thing.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you talking like that?
Because he's enunciating like the Joker.
Yeah. And it's like, that's not good. at
Number
all.
2, Brian.
My number 2, and I'm actually going to Japan here.
Oh, hey now.
I'm going to Japan.
Sonata?
A guy who does really good.
Stop it, Ribera.
I want to, yeah, get that really buttery steak. And I think it's a guy who could be a top level guy, but they just seem to have him slotted in at a certain spot, and that's
Go to-
Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's not doing anything at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
random
he's,
4-6 man.
He's one of the best guys they have, and he's just he's stuck with
By the way, is anybody
Nakanishi.
going to give a shit about Wrestle Kingdom this year?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
Really?
that shit.
I'm excited, but not as much as previous years.
Yeah,
They should have kept it as a one-night thing for
Yeah.
sure. I hate the 2-night thing, but I'm excited for both.
Yeah, the Ishii's so good. I mean, no, well,
Liger
talking doesn't
retiring
matter.
is a big thing for
Well,
me.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho Tanahashi. I
Hiromu
can't
Was
wait.
it
coming
you,
back here.
Andy, that posted the thing about Liger with the different...
Yeah,
I
with
love
all the-
that.
That was cool. The
That was
different
sick.
match. I didn't even know some of that.
I didn't know the original one, and
Me
then
either.
I didn't know that he did one with like half original,
And
half...
Tiger
Yeah,
Mask
that was cool.
That
yeah,
was
the
sick.
Tiger Mask one was
That was
cool.
sick.
Did you see it?
Yeah, that was
Tony, did
really
you see
awesome.
it?
Yeah, I read all the
I
things.
didn't know much about him though. I never really actually seen him wrestle. So
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! You never seen wrestle at all?
Yeah.
I seen when I did the research on him.
Oh,
I seen a
okay.
couple of things.
He's
but
always been in
not-
shockingly good shape.
He's not. He's not someone I've followed his career.
He's always had
Yeah.
thick thighs.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest junior heavyweight, cruiserweight, whatever you call him, of all time.
Besides Jericho.
Well, you
Right.
say Jericho.
Jericho
went
donned a
past
mask.
this. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a black liger.
Super Liger.
Super Liger.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're number 2.
Okay, I was having a hard time for number 1, number 2, but my number 1 doesn't even get matches. So my number 2 guy, not the best talker, but he's phenomenal in the ring, and they don't do anything with him, and that's Cesaro.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a guy just dropping the ball with
That's a great
constantly.
But the sad part is you can have Cesaro on this list for every single year since.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's almost like the
Yeah.
Cesaro Memorial, like
Yeah.
because they have a most. I think they call it like most underpushed in the
Can we
Observer. He won it like 4 years.
We
in a
should
row.
just call
Put
this
him in
award the
AEW.
Cesaro.
Yeah,
Award.
this is going to be the
Or
Cesaro award.
Put him in New Japan. My God.
And that's the
phenomenal.
thing. You can actually trace back to when Cesaro's career went to shit, and it's when he tried to do his first big promo by himself in
Yeah.
the ring, and he just fucking ate dick. Like
Yeah.
he stumbled over his words.
I
and
liked him
was
with the
like,
bar,
oh,
though.
no.
And it's like, give him a
The
manager.
bar.
The bar is a good tag team.
Oh, the
Problem
bar's great.
solved. Yeah, the bar's okay.
Doing the
What are they
Zangief
doing?
thing.
What are they doing?
I didn't know. I didn't get that. Like,
No, but what are they doing with Sheamus? Why is he with his old look again?
yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's like, ugh.
He's got the old hair, the old spiky hair again.
It seems
And
like they're doing like Cesaro and Nakamura maybe as a tag team now.
Yeah, him, Nakamura, and Sami Zayn's the leader of their stables. I love that stable. I think it's great. Could it be just 3 guys who just are serious about
Well,
in-ring shit?
while you're talking about him, my number 1, Sami Zayn.
Hey,
Here's a guy that when I first seen him, I was like, if I never watched him wrestle, I don't care. I just hate his face. And then the more I watched him
That's why
wrestle,
you wear a mask.
Yeah, and the more I watched him wrestle, I wanted more. And I got sick of seeing him with Kevin Owens every
Oh,
time.
yeah,
but
me
every time
too.
they're in the ring, it's fucking magic, man.
I've never seen anyone else do the dive through the ring post in the corner DVDT that he does.
Yeah, he's so good in the ring, and people are like, he sucks. Why do they even have him? Like, because you don't. He's so good at what he does.
Talk about people who they should have sent to NXT. He was Johnny Gargano before there
Yeah.
was Johnny Gargano
sure,
down
he
there.
was. He was the heart of NXT.
He's like, how awesome would it be if they do a triple threat where you have 3 generations of NXT and you have Gargano versus Finn versus Sami Zayn.
Bo
Yeah.
Dallas.
Versus
Where's he been?
I don't know. Jobbing
B
probably
team,
made
They're on
it.
SmackDown.
Are
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Wait, we were talking about generations of NXT. What was the guy? Michael Tarver, like one of the Darren Young, one of the NXT.
Oh
Like,
God.
Nexus.
I think Michael Tarver retired from wrestling.
You're number 1, Tyler.
Ironically enough, My number one was also Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is so misunderused that he's not even a wrestler right now in WWE's eyes. He's a goddamn manager.
Yeah.
He's managing two guys that he can wrestle just as good as, which is
Yeah.
I don't
outrageous.
think Vince likes him
You know, he definitely does.
But then it's like, fire him.
Yeah, let him
You
go
know?
somewhere else.
Let him go.
because he doesn't want that.
Yeah.
There were so many
Because he knows that
chances.
somebody else is going to snatch him up and
Right.
do
Yeah,
something
and
with
then
him.
El Generico's this big
Yeah.
All right.
thing again.
Maybe this is not a thing. I would hope it's not a thing. But how much like Sami Zayn really started getting buried deeper and deeper and deeper down the roster when the whole Saudi deal came in.
Well,
Because they're like,
He was getting buried before
because
then.
we
I think
can't
before that.
can't put him in a storyline because he can't travel.
But that's only
he's
two
really
shows a
been-
year.
They didn't bury him too much because he was on TV right afterwards.
He's really not had a really good shake at doing anything since he's been on the main roster.
Yeah.
Like,
When he just came back recently, he was over with the crowd, like as a heel, like he can't, and the crowd like hated him again. And I was like, dude, every time this guy comes back, the crowd like reacts to him, like they get a reaction. Like you can make him a bad guy.
and
make him a good
supposedly he
guy.
was reading Vince McMahon's complete script when he was doing all his stuff.
Yeah.
And then he said the whole AEW
Yeah.
thing, and then maybe that was it. He said, hey, "We'll even talk about AEW."
Oh, that
and then,
was a terrible
and then
statement.
you never. And
Yeah,
then,
those
and then he
They
became.
say that-
then he became a manager.
But it was one of those things they say that it's like Vince is trying to work the boys, by having him do that. It was one of those like you think that in the back, you're like, oh no, Vince hated that, but Vince secretly really
has there ever
liked
been a
it.
time that working the boys wound up being a good idea?
yeah,
Never.
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 I hate that when someone does that.
Brian, you're number one.
My number one is Chad Gable.
Oh wow.
Chad Gable's
Shorty
my
G.
number one. Shorty, yeah, exactly.
He at least got some love this year.
I was going to say, I think if anything, he was overused this year. Like he went to the finals of the King of the Ring. He had a big year.
He's such a great underdog babyface. He's a great wrestler, and he's Shorty G. And he
definitely
should be
a
the
heifer.
NXT champion. He could be.
Would you rather be Shorty G or Sami Zayn?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I don't know. That's tough.
At least one of you wrestle.
Yeah,
But at least
you're getting
Sami
paid.
Zayn, yeah, at least Sami
but he's
Zayn's
dressed like
getting
a
TV
basketball
time.
player.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn still being Sami. They're not calling him something else.
He's
Like,
getting featured. Like he's not the way he should be.
He's dressed like Little Mac from
He is.
Punch Out.
he's dressed like a 1920s newspaper.
but they're
delivery boy.
taking this guy who's got a legit background.
Yeah.
And then you're calling him Shorty G. And what the fuck is he wearing?
If
Yeah.
Chad Gable was 6 inches taller, he would be the world champion.
He definitely. They should have built off the King of the Ring. Like even if he didn't win it, they want to go Corbin. That's fine. But they could have built him as a big baby face, kept him Chad Gable, kept the whole wrestling thing that he had going. There was no reason for him to become Shorty G and
No.
look like an amateur basketball player. That was so
And it's
stupid.
like he's gonna rap or what? Like
You're.
I love that him and Ollie,
Ali's
Mustafa
another guy
Ali,
who should-
I call them
like-
Ollie G. I think they're the best.
That's
great.
funny because he was teaming with Shelton Benjamin, and Shelton Benjamin's thing is Shelty B.
yeah,
Yeah.
So why didn't they should have Shelty B and Shorty G
yeah. Hey,
together.
it'd just be the B and G's.
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that went nowhere.
Come,
dude. That
come
was
out
stupid.
like Run DMC, like
Yeah, might as well.
you're gonna do something
Yeah.
bad with it.
Or just make them the new Team Angle.
Yeah, if you're gonna be wacky, just be
As long as
fully
the music
wacky.
going to get velour tracksuits again, I'm all for
Yeah,
the Team
pretty
Angle.
much.
You're number one.
Okay, it's a runaway.
Ali G could easily be on this list as well. Ali G.
Ali G.
Sorry.
Ali.
Ali.
Well, he hasn't
Mustafa
wrestled.
I like
got
that
his name.
stable. I like
Ali
that-
G has not wrestled.
I like
Ali
that. I
G.
like that stable name.
Yeah.
You said it and it stuck for me.
Ali G.
Yeah, Ali.
It's
Ali.
it's a runaway win because Sami Zayn. I pick him because the guy's a great wrestler. And he's not even wrestling.
Yeah.
That's the worst. In that interview segment, I forgot about those were terrible.
Terrible.
The hot seat or whatever it's called. And
The
they-
electric chair, whatever
Yeah,
it was,
they canceled it after 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and the
2 weeks.
Fucking
Yeah.
guy don't even get any matches. So that's why at least Cesaro wrestles here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, man, didn't anyone ever see an El Generico video? Like, I don't.
And they could have brought him back when he was gone all the time as
Yeah.
El Generico. Like they could have
I
a whole
just
nother
totally
character.
ignored it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could have been great.
And you only just do a whole thing where Kevin Owens has no idea who he is.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Your most underused number 3 for females. We'll
Well,
start with you,
before
Tyler.
that, let's just summarize here.
Oh, yeah.
The winner, runaway, Sami Zayn is in the winner of the Cesaro Award.
Does anyone want to change?
Yeah, I think everybody's cool with what they picked, it seems. So number 1, Sami Zayn is the winner. First runner-up is Aleister Black because he showed up on 2 ballots. And then third place is Chad Gable / Shorty G.
Okay. Your number 3 underused, underused, underrated female superstar.
Mine is a girl who, she's on television and stuff. She's prominent, but she could be a superstar if they booked her correctly. Especially if they would give her a face turn, which I feel like I don't know what the hell they're waiting on. My number 3 is Sonya Deville.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Brian?
I had to think about mine.
My number 3, and I I kind of debated putting her on a list because it looked like they were starting to do something with her. She was featured on SummerSlam, but she is so good. My number 3 is Ember Moon.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't put her
she
on
got hurt.
Because she got injured.
because of injury. Yeah.
She was being misunderused though while she was.
Yeah,
there.
that's what it was.
Once Ronda Rousey hit the division, I was like, well, we'll never see Ember Moon. I thought they had a great opportunity to do something with her and Asuka again after Rumble when they had that moment where she eliminated Asuka and she had like I finally got one on her, and I thought they could have built on that, and I was like, that'd be so cool to see, and they just never did it.
I think they should send her back to NXT when she gets back from injury.
Yeah.
Well, when during the Survivor Series, when people were like, Twitter and social media, she was putting out a lot of pro NXT stuff, and she was on a plane and she goes, "I am NXT." So if she does come back,
hey, why not?
maybe she comes back and maybe challenges Rhea Ripley.
Who's the prettier version of her in NXT right now?
Of
not
Ember
Layla.
Moon?
Yeah, there's a girl. She reminds me of like an Ember Moon type, but she's like prettier.
I'm trying to think.
Lighter skinned black girl. She's got like the
Bianca Belair.
No. She's pretty, but that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
not the one that not
You're talking about Vanessa Bourne, are you?
No, not
not
her.
the one with the real long blonde dreads.
Yes, her.
Oh, what's her name now? It was Taya Conte or something.
no,
like that?
no.
I know who you're talking about. No, I can't think of her name.
Yeah.
She's
She's like newer. She's only been on a few times.
She looks like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know her name, but yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, just have her have her come up as Ember Moon.
There you go, yeah.
In the meantime,
she's pretty good. I forget her name
like her,
totally.
yeah.
And I would look her up, but I don't know how. because
Yeah,
I don't know her name.
Do you have a number 3 or do you?
Yeah, I can go number 3. So I have a 1 and then a 2. So I'm gonna put 3 Nikki Cross. I mean, she
Nikki
was
Cross.
tag champion, but like that was kind of felt miscasted, and like she should be the crazy girl, not like, oh, I just want to be your friend. And
Apparently, Alexa Bliss handpicked her to be her
Really?
tag team partner.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like really
that's
hard
cool.
pushing for it, being like, "Yo,
But, like-
give me Nikki, give me your
I
tag
liked
team
it
partner."
because I like it as a babyface
Yeah.
because she's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And you could have her just snap later on.
they should
Well,
like I want her to be like the
I'm
total
still waiting for something
sanity
like that to
nut,
happen.
like, and then just be all totally wild.
Is this thing on? Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
My number 3. This is probably one of the women. I actually have not too many from the WWE roster. So my number 3, I still think she should have been the first champion. I think she's a beast, to say the least, and they're not using her properly. You don't even see her on TV. I think with the way the women's division is, I think that she could be doing a lot
Well,
more.
she is suspended right now.
Nyla Rose.
For a year.
Oh, no, Rose. Okay,
Nyla Rose.
You're gonna say Kong?
I thought he was going to say Dana Brooke
Wait,
for
what
some
about-
reason.
Dana Brooke is
What about Nyla Rose?
I think I think she was very underused so far with AEW.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel she's got a fair shake so far.
yeah,
I don't
I
really
think
like
she
the
got a fair
suspension angle because it's like
it's
makes no
kinda-
sense. But
Dana Brooke can also be on the list as well because I think she's really good.
I think Dana Brooke is at the absolute best, a little bit less than okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, in the ring.
I'd still give her TV time.
You should have really did a whole lot for me.
Yeah, Dana Brooke. I've never been a Dana Brooke fan.
I mean,
I just-
remember when she came back? She looked real different. She like lost weight and she didn't look as good
She's
when she was
training her ass off.
managing with Titus and the other guy.
Titus, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Apollo
she was-
Crews.
yeah.
Apollo
Oh, like a
Crews, yeah.
porno.
Yeah, she looked great there.
And now apparently she's is that real? That she's dating Batista?
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Oh
That's
my!
fun.
I don't know if they're dating, but he's definitely smashing.
Yeah.
So.
Heidi,
for her.
when they used to Titus Worldwide, when they'd come out, Heidi'd be like, "This looks like a porn."
It does. This scantily clad
She
businesswoman.
goes, "All you need is the
banging these
Brazier
two
logo."
black guys.
The
Yep.
Brazier logo. The
People
Brazier.
they love that trope a little bit because you had Alexandra York, you had Miss Hancock, you had that
The business lady.
kind of Veda Scott who will be at PPW
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Your number 2, Tyler.
My number 2 is a girl who I think is probably going to have a big 2020 if we're just going by the vignettes that they're starting to do for her now. But I think she could have had a better year. She really wasn't on TV at all. Is Liv Morgan. She's not a great wrestler, but she's a beautiful girl. They push a lot of blondes in WWE, so I'm surprised she hasn't been a bigger push.
She-
Very
she-
hygienic.
She
Yep,
takes.
very hygienic. She
takes-
bathes.
She takes big bumps.
She does. She takes big
I thought you were going to
bumps.
say something else.
She's not.
She takes big shits.
She's not afraid to go
Or she
out there and
takes
take a
big
bump.
something else.
Yep.
What are they doing with her?
They just repackaged her.
No, I know. What are they doing with her though?
I don't know. I think
don't
she's
know.
going to come back out with like her hair chopped off.
I don't want her to be
and,
Emily.
I don't know.
Black hair or
Yeah,
something.
something crazy. like
You know,
that.
the rumor was always like Sister Abigail. People kept saying that
Yeah.
over and over. And
Everybody's supposed to be Sister Abigail.
There's
Yeah,
a
they won't
rumor.
stop.
There's a rumor that the Sister Abigail is copyrighted by another wrestler that's not Bray Wyatt because
I don't
she
believe
was.
that.
I don't know how true it is, but supposedly she was so dead set that she was going to be the next Sister Abigail.
They wouldn't
that
mention it.
That she went out. She was going to do everything she's supposed to do with it. She copyrighted the whole nine, and it just never worked out.
Well, they would never. They wouldn't do that. WWE would have
Copyrighted, yeah.
They would have that. Not each like when Bray Wyatt walks, he's not going to have the Bray Wyatt
name. Yeah,
right? He's not going to have that name. WWE owns it.
Yeah, the one time something that happened was when the Maestro had Gorgeous George III copyrighted, and Randy Savage just wanted to go to his girlfriend, but they wanted it for Lanny Poffo. So WCW hired the Maestro just so they could get the rights to the Gorgeous George thing, and they used it for.
The Maestro was terrible too.
Your number two?
My number two, and it's weird because she was very successful this year, but she was successful in a part of WWE that nobody really watches. My number two is Toni Storm, who could be carrying the SmackDown Women's Division.
I didn't even think of
and
Lost
she's
its title and phased out.
Yeah. And I mean, now they're doing a thing like she's going to be, it's going to be her, Kaylee Ray, and Piper Niven.
Like when she came out for Survivor Series, we were like, yes!
Toni Storm is a star. Like
Yeah.
she can work. She has a great look. She's 22, 23 years old. The sky's the limit for her, and they just don't really do
She
anything
very
with her.
easily could be in Rhea Ripley's place right now and be the NXT Women's Champion.
Tony's
which
really
we
good.
we didn't even get a chance to talk about that, but yeah, that's a good pick.
Rhea Ripley's the first UK and women's
Was
UK
she UK
and,
at the start of the year?
Yeah, she was the very 1st UK Women's Champion.
She's the first one to hold both NXT Women's Championships.
love that.
She could be the first Grand Slam champion.
Oh yeah, what did that can't
Great
say?
Grand Slam.
Yeah,
The
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. Well, I don't know what you call it.
Who do you got for
I'm
number
gonna
two?
go because I didn't really think about it too much. That's a good pick. I'm gonna say Alexa for two because like she was tag champ, but like in that little coffee show. But like, was this the whole year she hasn't been women's champion?
I think it might be because of the injuries.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
been
yeah,
very
it kind of took her
stricken
out,
too,
but like,
yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like they're using Alexa. Like, yeah, she's not that great in the ring with the rest of them, but like, I don't know. She's a great character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I
She's
think it kind of
gorgeous,
yeah,
man. I mean,
she's so
oh my
hot and her
God.
music's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
then she's over, so it's like maybe do a little bit more with her. Give her a storyline at least, other than I have coffee.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if this is this year, but remember when she was wrestling, like her shoes are falling off or whatever. That was
Yeah.
so stupid. Like, what a waste.
When she would use the dislocated elbow thing, I was like,
that was
the
dope.
first
Yeah.
time I saw that, I
was
freaked
dope.
out. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
my,
Becky.
my number two, I forgot I had her on my list, so I did lie. It is Ember Moon. I have Ember Moon in my number two. She started off the year great. I thought there was a lot of good potential for her, but they just didn't do it. I think a lot of it had to do with Ronda, her being on Raw and Ronda being there, and there was no chance she was ever going to get any crowd.
And even when they did give her the shot with Bayley at SummerSlam, like the
It was
time,
like a squash match.
yeah, it felt like the first 10 minutes of a really good 20-minute match.
Yeah, 100%.
Tyler, you're number one.
My number one is pretty much a girl who I don't remember anything that she's done this calendar year at all. I mean, she definitely was on TV. I'm sure of it, but I just can't tell what it was. Is Naomi. I mean, she's being punished now for her husband being a...
And that's not...
which is crazy. That's ridiculous. Just
Yeah.
because her husband likes to drink and drive, but whatever.
Might as well fire her name.
Maybe she's going to be Sister Abigail.
Yeah, who knows, right? Literally, dude, oh my God, we need to make this happen
Yeah.
now. This needs to happen.
Well, Bray does like the black girls.
Who doesn't, brother? Who doesn't?
I think if anybody...
JoJo, baby.
Ooh,
I think
JoJo's
if-
so fucking hot.
I think if you're ever going to make anybody Sister Abigail, like people that are in the WWE system, it should be Sarah Logan.
The
And
only
it would've been before
person I
Sarah
ever
Logan.
read that they were seriously like comprehending making her Sister Abigail was actually Bray Wyatt's real sister.
Yeah,
whatever.
Mike
Her, her
Yeah.
real sister, and the other one that was kicked around for a while was Paige.
If she was younger, Daphne would be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're number one, Brian.
My number one, and this is going to be crazy because it just main event of the pay-per-view, Kairi Sane. Amazing wrestler. I think she's a little miscast. I think she's an amazing baby face.
I love her
Uh,
teamed up with Asuka.
The only... See, I would have made Kairi a babyface and would have teamed Asuka
Yeah.
with Io.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
Well, I didn't know
Io's
she
a
was
great
engaged to Evil. How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Morrow said it like when she wrestled this week.
I kind of blocked Morrow
He
out.
said something like, "It's no surprise she would be engaged to a man named Evil." I was like, "What?"
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah,
Holy
I know.
But yeah, Kairi Sane is a phenomenal wrestler. If you put her in that underdog babyface role, almost like how they use Rio in AEW, she would shine.
She may be walking soon.
Yeah, maybe back to start.
I think she's out of there when she's done
Yeah.
contract.
Andy, you're number one.
Mine's also Naomi because man, it ain't her fault that her husband got a DUI, and she hasn't done anything since I think July, and even before that, I can't remember what she was doing. And she's pretty good. She's not as good as Charlotte and Becky and Bailey, but she's good, and it's like,
And she'll always be able to do it because she just had that raw athleticism.
She's no Tamina.
yeah, oh gosh, well, who is?
Tamina isn't no.
Yeah,
Tamina.
yeah.
My number one could easily be like, wow, this is stupid. But I think I have her as an underrated because I just don't understand how no company in the world has taken a chance on her and built a company. You can build a division around this girl, and I said it before. She's having a great year when it comes to the indie scene, and she's snatching titles everywhere. She's traveling the world, but I still think she's in the prime of her career, and she should be a world champion in a major promotion, and that's Mercedes Martinez.
That's good.
She had that one in the AEW.
The battle royal.
Yeah, then she had a dark match.
She showed up as the wild card
Yeah.
and I was like, this is it for her.
Unless
Like,
she's-
I thought she was going to sign
Yeah,
right there. Yeah.
unless she doesn't want to sign her. I don't know.
I don't know,
get it.
man.
Yeah, it's
but
very weird.
You could build a division around her, and like I said, for a while there, I was like, I have zero interest in the women's division of AEW, and someone like her would be huge. And then they went and got.
They should build her up kind of like Blazer, where she comes
Yeah.
in and she like Rio keeps like beating all these girls, like overcoming the odds, and then she comes in and
just
kills Rio.
squashes
Yeah,
her.
squashes Rio, and that's like this badass bitch who nobody could beat.
What's her name? I called her the wrong name before. I called her Pump, but it's Swole.
Oh, Big Swole, yeah.
Swole.
Pump.
And then
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander be pumping that bitch.
He said Pump. I was like, are you talking about Lil Pump?
Swole, and then the alien girl are
Just Statlander.
They have.
Who, I think she should have a goofy name if she's an alien.
Yeah.
Like, why is her name like Overdrive?
That's why I don't understand
Alf.
her gimmick at all.
Phaser, yeah, or something like
It's
that.
funny when you were doing that preamble there. I thought you were going to say Tessa was going to. She's about to win the world title.
Yeah, no.
I would have walked away from.
I wrote down
I
Tessa.
do, I do agree with you, Andy. Yeah, Chris Statlander should have a different name, like, Beer Bob.
Yeah, or Galaxia or something. Yeah.
My name is Zeno.
Yeah.
Zork, like something
But
weird.
then
yeah.
she has a
Zork
normal name.
Zork.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brucey Brody from
All right, what do we got for the results?
Planet Zork Zork.
First of all, does anybody want to change anything?
No.
So the most underused women's award, the Miss Cesaro award, Ms. Cesaro, is Naomi is your winner. Second runner or first runner up is Ember Moon, and then third place, second runner up, you have a tie between Kairi Sane and Mercedes Martinez.
Two African American female superstars. There's a conspiracy.
Racist.
It's a conspiracy. All right, promotion of the year.
That's on the back page. It's also event of the year here too. Promotion of the year. It's my turn.
You started off number 3.
My number 3, and they kind of lose points because they were only around for half the year. They only run it weekly for about 3 months. It's AEW. Is it perfect? No. Is it really good? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's made Wednesday fun again for me. Like Monday night used to always be wrestling night for me. Now Wednesday is wrestling night, and AEW is a big part of that. So that's my number 3.
Yeah.
Andy.
NWA. That's what
All
I'm
right.
going with there. They haven't been around. Well, they were around, but they just started getting hot. But I mean, what a year they've had now that
Yeah.
they've come back, and it's awesome. And that last show was really good. And they had 2 pay-per-views. They had that other one that was before they started doing Power.
I have a question for you. So, are you considering WWE and NXT as 2 different things?
I consider them different.
I think it was the 3-1 vote. I think we're going to count them as different.
Yeah.
You are going to count them as different.
Yeah.
And you put
AEW is second or third. for me.
third. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Wow. Because
My number-
somebody's getting a boot here, and that's just very odd to me. Okay.
Yeah. Number 3, I'm also going with AEW. I kind of expected it to be a top 3. It hit every expectation I wanted to, maybe even exceeded that. But just because
I think it's a little under my expectations, but I still like it.
yeah, they're about right where I thought they'd be. It's fun. I enjoy it. I watch it every Wednesday, and it's my number 3.
Tyler.
My number 3 is Impact. I think Impact has had a great year, especially from rebounding from the shit that's happened in Impact, where there's so many times that company could have just been done. They've had so much bad shit happen. I think they had a really good year.
That's an under. I think that's an underrated with AEW and or not AEW with Impact and NWA. Just 2 things that were left for dead that are clawing their way back to being something.
And even like a lot of guys that came to NWA that like oh, I didn't want nothing to do with Sandow. But now look at him. It's like, wow, he really turned around. And Trevor Murdoch, like, he came out and got a huge pop. Like, what?
And a huge belly.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean,
Same with
there's
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's certain people that are I'm still like I don't want them like Mr.
Yeah.
Anderson, but yeah, for the most part.
But they're getting over in that world though. So
And my number 2, even with AEW, even with NXT, even with all that,
Wait, Tony, did you do yours?
Yep.
He did his number 3.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
His was AEW like mine. Yeah, we both had AEW. My number 2, even though you have AEW and they're doing great matches every week, even though you have NXT doing great matches every week, the takeovers are amazing. For me, the gold standard work rate, just great matches promotion, is still New Japan. And New Japan's my number 2.
Yeah.
So I actually don't have New Japan on my list this year because I don't know, something that just feels not as
I think not being weekly hurts it.
no because I didn't mind before.
It's just that if you because I think you grade New Japan based on better years that they've had. Like
like 2017 was fucking
Here's
awesome.
exactly what it was, and maybe you're not even like this might not be strictly for you, but for the overall landscape of New Japan, the whole entire elite leaving them hurt them big time for the American market because they got so popular last year. Like 2018 was their bet, like they were $40 million over than they ever made ever.
let me ask all of you who has Pro Wrestling Gorilla on there.
No, and I don't
don't
get to watch
enough
it.
of
Right,
I don't have
that's yeah, and I think that's what it's going to be for New Japan too.
Yeah, well, I have the New Japan Network, and I still watch the big shows, but a lot of the other ones, like, I don't know, it's not,
I
the
unsubscribed
storylines aren't there.
because I found that nice website.
Oh, okay.
So I unsubscribed, say some bucks.
If
and I
you
gotta-
watch live ones, yeah.
Now, do you
I
guys?
unsubscribed to Impact, New Japan, almost WWE, and then I used that subscription money to get the crate.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys have a list that you choose from? Like, all right, these are the ones that we're going to choose from, or is it just any?
Yeah, you could say if you liked MLW and that was your number one, that could be your number one if you want it to be.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. MLW, I've watched a couple times.
They're on YouTube.
They have,
They're
they
bad.
have, they have some talent because I think
Yeah.
the Von Erichs should be
They're
somewhere.
going to
Yeah.
be big time in WWE,
Yeah.
I think, someday.
yeah.
and now they're doing more stuff with
well,
AAA too now.
I think
MLW.
AEW.
You think?
Yeah, I think AEW because they know they're going to be underutilized.
Yeah.
I think Vince would just see their bodies and that they're Ron Erickson and be like, let's get them on TV.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Maybe.
Third generation.
They always
My-
say Vince won a carry in the 80s.
My number 2, kind of just where AEW fell right
Wait,
where.
Andy, what was your number 2? I didn't take it down.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Japan. I'm
no,
sorry.
not New Japan. They're not on my list because they're not as hot as what they were.
Sorry about that.
I love New Japan, but like World Tag League, I don't watch any of it because
I feel you're underutilized here because he just
Yeah, I
doesn't
am.
appreciate it.
I am.
See, look at it. Now he's running
I know.
away
And I was
from you.
leaving. It's like I don't care about what you. I was gonna pick AEW.
Don't
for,
do more of your CBD.
Yeah, for my number 2, I'm picking AEW because it's good. I like it, but it's like it consistently is the best. No, but it's good and I like it, so it's my number 2.
Yeah, definitely. I think AEW is pretty
It's their
solid.
first year, you know.
Yeah, 100%. My number 2, I just think it's a promotion that I did not expect anything from. And this could easily, how you were saying before, go to that NWA or this promotion. I'm going to go number 2 is Impact. Seeing them live, I was like, man, this is fun. I like their roster. I like the environment they created. And then just been tuning in, not every week, but been tuning in. And I'm like, that 80s wrestling, that throwback episode, like
That was fun.
Yeah,
It was hilarious.
they're a cool promotion to watch, and I think if you're a guy who thought, for me, just like NWA was like a laughing point at some point, and Impact was laughed at.
Impact was like in the gutter.
It was
Yeah.
the
It's
shit
It's where
for a
ROH
while.
was right now.
Yeah, it's definitely fought its way back, and I think it could be a serious contender this upcoming year for a promotion.
Now, I know I'm not doing these things, but for me, the way I think I would rank it personally for me, I would have WWE third, NWA second, and then NXT first.
Okay.
That's how I would do it.
That's fair.
And
yeah.
it was funny because I was looking forward to AEW all year.
Yeah.
They don't even make it for me.
Yeah.
Even with Tony Schiavone, they don't make it for you.
No, it's a shame.
Tyler,
My number 2 is AEW.
I get my soda.
If they were around longer, they probably might even be my number 1. Most weeks I really, really enjoy it. I kind of feel like it's been letting me down recently where I see a lot of holes in it where I'm like, oh, I hope they fix this because I can't see this going on for 5 years, the same pace that's going right now where it's slowly so many bumps. But for this year, I think they're my number 2.
I mean, the good thing with that is a lot of those guys are only working one day a week, so
Yeah.
that helps. But yeah, they are going at a breakneck pace. My number 1 is just my favorite wrestling right now, and it's NXT. The weekly show is my favorite weekly show. NXT takeovers are my favorite.
real
pay-per-view
quick,
type thing.
is anyone's number 1 not NXT?
Mine's not. Mine's New Japan.
Wow. See, I'm just down on New Japan. I still love it. I watch it, but my number 1's NXT.
Same here.
Now next year, who knows?
Same here.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not on
Yeah.
officially on the thing, but yeah.
See, my whole thing is the reason NXT did not make mine is because I'm standing tall that I don't think that you can say NXT with. To me, I can't separate from WWE because WWE legitimately owns it, so I can't mentally be like,
Okay,
well,
yeah.
It's just
I
WWE doesn't
have to
make my
take the
list
good for
because-
the bad, and I can't. As good as NXT is, Raw and SmackDown sucks that bad that it evens it out.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't
It
make
does
my top
suck,
five.
but for me, it's such a staple, and it's just like I can't. If I'm going to be a wrestling fan, I can't live without WWE in my life.
Exactly.
Just because I'm always going to need it. You know, because
You look
I've been
at-
a fan for 40 years.
Yeah.
You look at WrestleMania weekend and all the heavy hitters that were on that. You had New Japan, ROH pay per view. You had NXT, WrestleMania.
But match wise though, that New Japan Ring of Honor card shit all over WrestleMania. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
But
that
NXT's
card was great.
Naito versus Kota Ibushi.
NXT, I thought had the best night that night. I thought they were the best
it'd
card.
be tough. The best match of the whole entire weekend was Naito
Yeah,
Ibushi.
Ibushi.
That was.
I thought
that blew
my
me
favorite
away.
match of the weekend was Cole and Gargano.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good match.
It was good, but when I watched Naito and Ibushi, like the day after I watched it that morning. I was like, thank God I didn't watch this last night because it was so much better than anything NXT.
Yeah, I watched it
They like
live.
tried to kill each other, man. It was
Yeah.
crazy. There were so many spots in the match where I literally thought Ibushi was going to break his fucking
That was the moment when it's like, okay, ROH is going nowhere. New Japan is
Yep.
going to go somewhere.
I love Nia Jax.
Oh boy,
I just wanted to say something.
She's not
the
like
only one.
most girls.
Oh,
I heard she's coming back soon. Maybe
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble.
Yo, did you ever see the pictures of her when she modeled?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
She
what
looked pretty good, and she
Even
wasn't
though
as big.
She
was big, but
she's
she
a
wasn't
big
as
girl,
big.
but she has a very pretty face.
Oh, dude, yeah. And then she looked like she ate Rick the model.
Yeah.
So, I want somebody to bring back arrogance, which I didn't
She-
realize
yeah.
that George. What's his name? The
George.
The Animal Steel.
no,
George South.
No.
George.
While he's
Gorgeous
thinking,
George.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the one that used to have the,
Really?
Atomizer,
arrogance.
yeah.
Oh wow, the atomizer.
Yeah, it was just
The
the,
bug
old
sprayer, yeah.
the bug spray
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
He had it first.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
So you want to tally that up?
Yeah, how about George South going to be on NWA? That's
Yeah.
going to be against Colby Carino of all people.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
and you know that picture I shared? What's his name? Elijah Burke Pope was there, so he's wrestling, and Scott Steiner's there. I see a picture of him.
I hate Pope.
Yeah, I was never
I
big
hate-
on.
I hate
Pope,
Matthews
too.
too.
He
I can't
sucks.
listen. That's why I can't watch.
You don't like
Josh Matthews.
Yeah. I didn't like him. I also didn't like Jim Borash too much either.
No, Dream Bush sucked.
Who's the girl from Impact? The really hot chick, thick girl.
Jordan
girl.
Grace.
Jordan Grace. When
Yeah,
she
she's
dressed
so
up as
fucking
Big
hot.
Papa Pump.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, they were part of a trio in Chikara.
That episode of Impact, that fucking throwback thing. The
Oh, the Rough Riders.
Yeah.
We're gonna come on you harder than you've ever been coming on before. I was like,
one of
fuck
the
yes.
That was
Lady
one of the
Bird
best things I've
Jones.
seen in wrestling this year. I
Yeah.
thought that was amazing.
It's so much fun.
yeah.
I wish WWE would do something
I
like that.
would
They would
love
do
a
Throwback
Rough Rider
Raw, but it was like
shirt.
half-assed.
Well, they did. What was the thing with John Cena?
Southpaw.
Oh, that
Original.
was
Southpaw
yeah.
original.
That's where everybody got the idea from. Southpaw,
right.
yeah.
Right. They
Which
should-
is, they were talking about maybe doing
They were
it
saying
again.
they were coming back. Yeah.
But how you gonna? I mean, Chris
Everyone's
Jericho was a
gone.
great part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when
Clint
he,
Bobsky.
and
Long
the-
as
the
Cena
names-
and
the names
Fandango
are
are the
amazing.
commentators, I'm down.
The name was amazing, like race car driver or whatever his name was.
Race track.
Yeah,
Race Track. Yeah.
Yeah.
racetrack.
Yeah.
And
Bill Ding.
which is Disco Inferno thing. He was
Yeah.
would have an evil architect named Bill Ding.
The best part of the whole episode, though, was when the main event, when Ethan Page was defending like the belt against Willie Mack, and he went in the crowd to try to hide from Willie Mack, and he put on a fan's beanie, and he's clapping for Willie Mack. It was great, dude.
If you have not watched the Impact throwback show, go do that.
It was amazing.
Madison
Yes.
Rain was
Yeah,
incredible
the
as
workout
Jazzy
girl.
Fit because she just
Dude.
never stopped moving.
How sexy was she?
Oh
in
my
that?
God.
And
Yeah.
I never found her
With the-
sexy.
with the
Yeah, and
I
she's
ne-
usually too skinny.
I never found her sexy.
She is
ever.
so tiny,
and I
yeah.
was watching that, and I was like, I love this woman.
Yeah.
Dude, the commentary was the best for that because Josh Matthews was like, "Hey, she's real pretty. I think I have a shot with her." And Don was like, "Hey, man, why don't we just relax her?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm not going to bring my personal life." He's like, "You know what? That is your personal life by yourself." Like it was so great.
I think my favorite thing on that was Scott D'Amore as his dad when he got beat up by the Rushies. He's talking about how he's going to come out of retirement. It's like, and by the way, popcorn Cypress.
That was such a
In
good
gymnasium.
So
Is that her
the
guy's name?
Ace Austin is the British punk rocker.
Oh, I forget his name. Yeah, that was good.
But had the best
so yeah,
promotion.
your third place was New Japan. Second place, very close by 1 point, is AEW. Which showed up on everybody's list. That's why I got there. And number one is NXT.
Yep.
Number one was NWA Power.
Next year for sure they'll probably
Yeah.
make the list.
NWA, especially if NXT
Keeps going like that last episode. My
Well,
God,
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's on my last.
last episode was A+.
Pay-per-view / event of the year.
Yeah, pay-per-view
This to
/
me
event
was
of the
so
year.
easy for me because these 3 pay-per-views I have on my list, I love, man.
Really?
I love these 3.
To me, everything is like blends. It's hard for me to keep track of what's what. Like all the takeovers, like I don't know one from the other.
I had to
Like,
double
true.
check. I had to go back and double check.
I'm gonna have to
if
pick
they-
up my phone for the one.
I
It's like,
think for me, it'd just be Takeover.
yeah, take
Take this, take
Just
over that,
whatever
take over
ones
that.
you want.
It would just be Takeover in all 3 categories.
You have your number 3? Mm-hmm. What's your number 3?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
What about it?
Yeah, double or nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good show. It was the first one to kick off AEW.
I agree.
And that was what Jericho and Kenny, right?
Jericho,
Yeah,
Kenny,
Jericho, Kenny.
and Cody Dustin, which a lot of people
Yeah,
said
that
the
match was
of the year.
Bloodbath. That was also double or nothing.
my number 3 is going to be Takeover War Games.
It's a good show.
With this one, yeah.
Most recent, I know it's still fresh in my head, but that was a fun card, really fun card.
2 War Games matches were good.
My number 3
Matt
was
Riddle.
Wrestle Kingdom 13. I thought Wrestle Kingdom was great last year. Again, with the Elite
Not as good as
leaving,
the one before.
right,
Yeah,
of
and I think
course.
that's where New Japan kind of gets hurt because
Yep.
you're grading New Japan against previous New
Exactly.
Japan.
Yep. But I still really enjoyed it. I really, really thought it was a good card.
You know, I think this year it's just going to miss a Kenny entrance.
Yeah, some
If
wild
Undertale- let's go do a Stardew Valley
maybe
entrance next.
Tanahashi will get a crazy entrance.
What if he shows up?
I say it's real low.
He seems to not like that Harold Mage.
If Ibushi
guy.
wins the world title, which I think he will, I
Yeah.
could see Kenny coming out maybe at the end and hugging him or something.
Maybe.
Like, you know.
Number
possible.
3. Number
Turns
3.
out.
My number 3 is also Wrestle Kingdom. Again, not the best Wrestle Kingdom ever. A little off of the pace they normally set, but it's still great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It was a great show.
Andy, you're number 2.
Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I really liked it. I don't think it was as good as the previous year, but I mean, what was it? What was the main? It was Okada and Naito.
No, it was Tanahashi and Omega.
Tanahashi and Omega. Yeah, that was a very good match. And it was
Okada Jay White.
yeah, that was good. And then what was the other? The IC
Naito
match?
Jericho.
Yeah, that
Yep,
was really
that was
good.
great.
Yeah,
That was my
so-
favorite of the whole
And there's
card. I
also, I
loved it.
think, it was Show and Yo versus whoever they wrestled. They had a really good tag match. So yeah, it was a very good show. The Wrestle Kingdom is always good.
My number 2 is going to be Double or Nothing.
There you go. I mean, Double or Nothing was a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was like a high watermark for AW, really.
My number 2 was NXT TakeOver New York.
Which one was that?
That was the one with Cole and Johnny.
That was WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
WrestleMania weekend.
Was that the 2 out of 3 falls match?
Yeah, that was where Gargano won the title.
Dream versus Dream came out
Matt
with
Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
Where's Dream been?
Hurt.
Hurt. Okay.
Shayna Baszler versus
It was a 4-way. Shayna, EO. I think who else was in
that
it.
was a fucking
That was-
fire.
that
War
whole card
Raiders
was
against
great.
Aleister Black and Ricochet,
yeah.
Walter and Pete Dunne.
And that was Takeover New York. That was
Yep,
really good.
that was
Jesus.
really, really good.
Walter Pete. Yeah, Walter Pete. That was a great card.
My number 2 is also AW Double or Nothing. Definitely the high water mark. We're doing match of the year next week. I think there's a match on there that's going to be
Yeah, it's up
on that list pretty high.
It was a really very bloody match.
Oh yeah,
But it wasn't blood for
Naturally
blood's
blood.
sake.
Yeah.
Like I hate matches where the dude's bleeding. And it's just like okay, like
I think
it
it was
didn't add anything to the match. This added to the
I
match.
think he did not mean to bleed that much.
You guys are doing this show next week?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Surprised you're not taking off for.
It's after Christmas.
Well,
It's
what day are we
27th.
doing it?
The
27th?
26th.
Yeah, 26th. Yeah.
Oh.
Day after. I mean, if they can't make it, then but pretty much everyone said they're pretty much good for it. So we decided to keep the show going. Plus, we have another week of awards.
got to close out the TTs.
Yeah, Andy, you're
Cities. So it was the Takeover. I was thinking of another one. I was confused, but I'm gonna go with Takeover New York.
Yeah.
That was a great show from top to bottom.
that's your number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is also my number 1. Takeover New York.
There was another one too. I was trying to find it here.
There was a takeover.
Phoenix was good, but that's
Gargano. Toronto was really good too, but it wasn't good enough for a top 3. I thought Toronto was the first time where the second time Gargano and Cole went at it. I think that's where Cole got the championship was Toronto.
Yeah, that's where he won the
Yeah.
championship.
There was-
My number 1 is Double or Nothing. I think hype-wise, because it was the first pay-per-view come out the gate for AW, I don't remember even WrestleMania, a pay-per-view that this year had more hype from like the internet community where people just were really, and it knocked out of the park.
And yeah, the big ending with Moxley.
You had the
too.
huge ending with
Yeah.
Moxley, you had the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks, and it was a match a lot of people were like, oh, it's pretty spotty, but you're going to get a spot fest with the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match. It was great. I think the whole pay-per-view top to bottom was the best pay-per-view of the year.
Wow.
I'm doing a lot of repeats here. My number 1 is also NXT TakeOver New York. When Walter Pete Dunne is maybe the third best match match on a show. That's amazing, and that was just a phenomenal show, start to finish. Gargano and Cole, maybe they were better matches ring wise, like emotionally. Just with Gargano finally getting the title and finally getting the big win, and then Ciampa comes out and they put it all behind them. Only Cody, Dustin, I think, and those are the two most emotional matches I think all year.
He's standing. Goes. He's right behind me. Isn't he?
What's weird about the Gargano? I never felt ever any emotion behind Gargano. I think I'm like one of the only people.
I never cared for him when he was in Chikara.
I'll tell you what, it's really hard for me. The only all right, listen, I'm not gonna say I cry, but the only time I ever got like super emotional in wrestling in very recent times is when like the women like, hey, we're giving you for a full pay-per-view. I'm like, you know what, good for them. Like, you know, you could see in the women's face, not cry, but I was like, I was emotional. Like, I could imagine being told you couldn't do something forever. You always thought it was.
I definitely cried when I saw some pictures. Like, I wasn't like,
I wasn't weeping, but I definitely was like, oh, that's really cool for them. Yeah. There is a moment though where I did share a tear in wrestling very recently, and that's when the return of Daniel Bryan. Like, for someone who is going through something now personally with my body, and like where I was an athlete and I was always in really good shape, and I just made it like not just excuses, but I'm kind of letting the disability say like making me lazy, like, oh, you can't lose weight or you're not going to get in good shape because of your pain. Like, this dude was told he lost his dream like at the peak of his career, and then he's like, you know what, I'm going to fucking fight my ass off to come back. And him doing that alone has just literally opened the door for so many people after him. Like, Edge is coming back, Sheamus is coming back from neck surgery, you know, like Edge, you know, Paige is fighting her ass off right now to get back in the ring because of someone like him. Like, he's probably one of the most influential people in wrestling of all time.
Draws.
Yeah,
Draws is coming back.
Draws ain't coming back.
Oh shit!
That takeover I was thinking of, which was the one? I think I found it. Where it was Gargano and Ciampa when they pulled up the ring thing and he DDT'd him on.
That was 18, I think.
Yeah, I think that was last
2018.
year. Yeah.
I think it was like the one.
Was that Philly?
No, Philly.
I think it's Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think it was like right before WrestleMania.
It was a street fight. I know that. I thought they.
No. Brooklyn was where, or no, the one before WrestleMania was the one where Gargano beat Ciampa because he had put his career on the line.
Yeah,
and
the Last Man Standing, where he hit him with the knee.
Last Man Standing.
I want to say that was Toronto.
Is Brooklyn? This is saying.
Oh, okay.
And that's
because he missed with the
won.
knee, and he was physically standing up, and Ciampa couldn't get up because he blew his knee out.
Yeah, Philly.
But that's the one where they pulled the ring thing.
No, the next one was.
Oh, okay.
Philly
that one was really good too. I don't know which word.
The one in Philly was 2017, and it was Almas where Gargano had the title shot.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good, but I didn't like that one as much.
Do you guys really get like? You feel all that emotion and stuff behind Gargano?
He doesn't. Not really.
No, really. I like him watching him as a wrestler.
I know you do. You really like.
There was a point. I don't know if I'm at that point now where I thought he was like the best working babyface in wrestling.
I could see. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. You don't feel the same way? Tony?
No, I don't. He doesn't get me super like not like a Daniel Bryan.
Right.
I honest like as a guy who has like a Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles, Ric Flair, Chris Jericho in my top 5 all time. Daniel Bryan can easily
be
Bryan
in your fave 5?
He could definitely he could find a spot in that.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah, he could definitely find a spot there.
And it was really great with the comeback in 2017 or 2018, but this year really was when you saw, oh my god, Daniel Bryan is really one of the best. Like, he's like the match with Kofi is like, this guy is
Kofi's title reign would have if Kofi would have won it off anyone else, it would not have as much impact as if he would have lost it to Daniel Bryan.
Kofi pretty much won it because of Bryan. Bryan pushed for that backstage. Kofi said on the New Day podcast that Daniel was like, I want to lose to Kofi.
But I mean, if he would have went out there and beat anybody, it wouldn't have had nearly as much of an impact as him losing it to Daniel Bryan.
I guess it depends.
It depends who the heel was. Maybe like a really
Daniel just sold it.
Heel Owens might have been good, but
no matter what that guy does, man. Like,
I mean, it might have been bigger if he would have beat Brock for the belt. Then people, oh my god, shit.
He wouldn't have got a better match though. He definitely got the best match.
Is this the segment right here? Is this portion just the bullshit about whatever?
We're gonna wrap it up here.
Okay.
The only thing I want to quick get in there is that this weekend is PPW. We will have a full review show on the way home from the on the way home from the event. Andy will be wrestling.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the guy's name.
Nolo Katana.
Katano,
yes, he's the ghetto samurai. So you
ghetto
can just,
samurai.
Okay.
Everything you picture in your mind is exactly what it looks like.
The Blue Meanie will be there, teaming with Fox.
Yeah,
You got
versus, I forget who they're wrestling.
I'm not sure that
Isaac Rule and someone else.
Okay. Fatal 4-way match for the women's championship with Veda Scott, Adina Steele.
I like the way you said championship.
Championship.
Christine
Also
Marie and
championship.
someone else.
The girl who's with
Danny Moe.
Facade.
Oh yeah, Danny Moe. Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be that could be a show stealer. First time in a long time.
I watched her first match. She isn't bad for having her first match, but she's been doing stuff.
She also was against a very talented person in the ring as well. Her match with the Steamtown. Are you talking about?
No,
She wrestled.
that was probably her. That was a couple. Yeah, her first match was a 3-way with ACW. Last time we were at Club Reverb against Lane Lennox and Lady Frost. You know,
Okay.
It was pretty good.
All right.
I know they have just people in action. The main event, I think, are
Main event
slated
versus
to be
Punk
there.
Rock All Stars.
Oh, okay. I didn't see a card. I know Deshaun Pratt's going to be there. Just
Yeah, I forget
somebody on the
who's
show.
Danny Moe wrestled Deshaun Pratt. I watched that. I seen that photos from that match. Yeah, I think it's Steamtown. There's a picture of him like her landing a Canadian destroyer on him or something.
Oh, it might have just been an interference.
Not Canadian
might have
destroyer.
been
A Panama Sunrise.
was that after the Impact show?
No, it was
Because I think she might have just gotten involved because I think they did another.
Yeah, I don't think they had
multi-person
a
match.
individual
or
match,
the
yeah.
title.
All right, that makes sense then. Yeah, Andy, what do you got to plug?
Call it the Power Ring, and then
New and improved
Yeah,
Call of the Power
yeah. That will be out Saturday, and we'll talk about Star Wars. So
Nice.
because Drew's seeing it right now, and I'm seeing it tomorrow, and then BPW at Holy Family Academy,
And
in
we will
Hazleton,
be
Pennsylvania.
we'll be off the week for Not Cool in High School, and then we will be back after the New Year for that show. But we will be here next week for Tornado Tech Podcast. What do you got, Brian?
We did our plugs earlier, but Murder My Dude, rip him.
Rip 'em.
You got to rip him.
Do you remember Rip 'em? No holds barred.
Yeah, Hogan's character, Rip. What was his last name?
Taylor.
Rip Taylor. No, Rip Taylor. Oh boy! Oh my!
He's not confetti around.
Confetti just goes.
I actually think it was Rip Thomas, I believe. But no, Murder My Dude. We'll have a new show coming out. Why we like this stuff. Shit. Whatever you want to say.
Shit stuff.
Shit stuff.
Shit stuff.
That's pretty much it. We definitely got it all out earlier in the show.
Tyler?
All Things Wrestling on Facebook.
You skipped me.
God.
Well, I thought
You might have.
What do you think? Do you have something else you want to plug?
Yeah.
What do you want to plug?
There's a Netflix show called In the Dark. Everybody should check it out.
Okay.
It's about a blind girl who's friends with this black kid that kind of saved her from getting mugged, and then he dies. And now we're trying to figure out how he dies and who killed him. It's
who done it?
It's like a murder mystery thing.
Actually. Sorry, go ahead.
This hot blind chick. It's fucking good, dude. I've just been sitting there I was marathoning it all fucking day. I was like, I gotta get up and do this.
If you're things to plug, if you're listening to this right after it comes out, this coming Saturday before PPW in Pottsville.
Oh, yeah.
Loki and Layla Candle's grand opening will be this weekend.
I will be there on location. Come over, hang out.
10 a.m. I believe.
I'll be there on. We'll be starting around 10. But
If they had a soft opening, I know that. Right?
yeah, I'll be there live. Come over and hang out and smell some candles and
I think I will come there with
sit and talk.
my kitties.
Yeah, come on over. What do you got? Oh, you already did yours. That was pretty much it. My Loki and Layla is all I had.
Oh, I didn't know if you're going to plug
No,
it.
it's fine. And then just the new year, we have a lot of cool stuff coming out. Let's give you a quick recap. Not Cool in High School. I really want to start maybe diving in. You might see some live videos from everybody else in the show at their favorite comic book stores, or giving quick reviews of local businesses where you can get some cool stuff. Maybe some video game pickups. We have some more unboxings. We have pro video games.
Pro Video Games
I'm out of
monthly
it.
crate
Video
of
games,
power.
Video games monthly crate, and we have
Intercourse.
Luke
Yeah.
Fright.
Procreate.
Luke Fry, yeah.
Luke Fright is coming, and then for Bangin' Beers, we have a lot of really cool stuff lined up there. Not so much guest spots in that show, and if we do have guest spots, it'll be one person.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it's more about reviewing beers and talking about
it's going to be
brewers
more
and stuff.
Pretty much what it's going to be is everyone brings one beer, and then you kind of do the research on that
you
beer,
talk-
and talk about the
a good
brewery,
idea.
what you can get there, and really dive into that, and then we kind of have some discussions in between. Trying to think about Tornado Tag. You're going to see us a lot more events this year. We're going to go check out Backbreakers, True, Evil. We're going to try to get them all.
We're gonna go to the ACW show later this
Yep,
month.
ACW
Tony,
Outbreak is back.
You were asking him what he had to plug, and then I was like, you skipped me, but he did.
Tyler never gonna do a proper plug there.
All Things Wrestling on Facebook, and then House of Glory Wrestling at houseofglory.net.
Yep. House of Glory is another one we're going to try to hit up this year. And then, so a lot of cool stuff coming from that. We do have some call-ins coming this year. We're going to work on some more call-ins and guests. And we also are going to bring back, starting in the new year, our topics. So maybe not so much reviewing every week's show, kind of like we did today. It'll be just kind of the pay-per-views when it happens, but we're going to go back to topics. And so I thought that was fun. I thought it was really cool to, kind of educate on people maybe you didn't know about, or maybe find some cool facts out about them. So that's something to look forward to. And then interviews, man. I'm pretty much booked up. I have like 12 interviews.
No,
He showed me his January book.
Really?
Yeah,
What is the
insane.
newest one that just came out?
The newest interview?
Yeah,
Michael.
Give us a little. I'll give us a little.
It wasn't really,
Hickenbottom.
It wasn't even really an interview. We just kind of sat down. It was kind of like a Not Cool in High School. We talked movies. He's really into paintballing. And then we talked about how we have a common goal, a common thing that we did for a while, coaching soccer. So it's a more of a just conversation, shooting
Did he
topics.
do Skirmish?
Yeah. He's part of like a team.
Okay.
Yeah, where they actually have a team where like I guess they're very good, and they go in and do they're like mercenaries because they get picked and they
I wanted to do that shit when I was younger. I saw this thing for Skirmish in the Poconos.
Jim Thorpe. They have
maybe it was Jim.
They legit
Jim
do
Thorpe.
like Normandy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then now they're do ones where it's like Terminator. They do Terminator themed ones.
That's pretty dope.
They do ones that are themed like Star Wars.
Actually explodes and then comes back.
Right.
Yeah.
Star Wars themed ones. So they have some cool stuff. So go check out that interview. I just did another interview, but that's not going to release to the first week of the new year.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff. We're actually going to record an interview this weekend. It's going to be myself, Tyler Smar from Bad Maggie, Andrew Hare from Hands Resist, and also Faith in Exile. And we're going to be we're going to be driving to see some breweries, and also on the way to the Crowbot show. We're going to do like in the car audio only.
Where's Crowbot playing at?
The Chameleon Club.
Oh, Lancaster.
That's Sunday. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
Sunday. Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time. Also, Chris Jericho will be playing at the Chameleon Club.
Yeah, what's that, like May or something like that?
March
3rd.
March.
I'm down.
Yeah, with
Third
Drake
down.
Bell.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote on the thing. I was like,
Drake Bell's the week after, I believe.
Belt.
because it was on the
It
same.
looks like it's like
Okay.
it's really confusing, but when you read it, he's like March like.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I
demand.
demand to see Josh.
Yeah.
Because I want to see Drake and Josh.
Could you
together.
imagine you did sit through files, you have to fucking watch Drake? I would be like, I can't. I'm sorry.
I will definitely try to see. I will try to go see Jericho live. But that's all we got today for the Tornado Attack podcast. We will be here next week, and we will wrap up the TT awards, and then we'll kick off the new year starting after that.
In the new year.
The new year. See you guys later.
Goodbye and good night.